You mad or just chilling? Everybody's mad.
So, a man walks into a bar with jumper cables. The bouncer's like, better not start anything.
That was simple. I like that. All right, welcome to episode 47 of Bros, Bumps, and Beers. I am the EST of Triple B, or after last week, Darth Vader Gagne, Pat Gagne.
Darth Pat.
Darth Pat. We have Matt Two T's Gagne. Oh, I can't make fun of coughing anymore. It's really bothering me. The producer, Jordan, the Jackhammer Schofield, and North End James.
Nedge.
Beep, beep, beep. Oh,
we gotta get that.
We don't need it.
Remember when we first started this
I can
podcast and
easily
Jordan
get a
was like, "We
stinger.
should get a stinger. We gotta get a stinger."
We
And
have
that's not
stingers.
That's like two.
Yeah,
stingers.
it's the same two singers. I deleted the Michael Cole one out of respect for us and our listeners because it hurt me. But the Jerry Lawler one's staying.
Jerry Lawler one.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
can't.
Brilliant.
Michael Cole was like option 3 when we had 3 segments or when I had to do a third break. But yeah,
You ever wonder why we did breaks? I feel like that was kind of weird.
for all the ads that we're going to be doing.
yeah,
That was the original plan.
we can't be far away from a Manscaped spot.
Remember? Oh, did you remember? I showed you that
Yes,
bot
you did.
message we got on Instagram?
Yeah.
For like that fake, like less good Manscaped company that doesn't actually exist.
It doesn't exist? I thought it was just like a knockoff.
Yeah, it's a knockoff, but then you click on I clicked on the profile and had 1 follower.
Ah,
Are you saying knockoff or narkoff?
knockoff. Knack.
Knockoff? Knack?
Are you a
Knack.
knack?
Are you a knack?
Quickly from Boston, Jordan.
Yes. Hello. Are you a knack? Yes, I'm a knack.
Are you?
Are you?
not?
Are you not?
Oh,
What
good.
was
Jordan
that
interrupted
heat?
me. This is
Was
the
that
best.
heat?
That was
We were
the
literally
heat.
doing the are you?
I
Are you
started
not?
it
You
first.
just interrupted me, Jinx.
It's not a jinx. That's not a jinx.
Stupid.
Do you know what a jinx
They're
is?
so fucking stupid.
Oh, I can't. We should not.
It's the heat, I
I
believe.
think that's record time for spiraling out of control.
Yeah.
It's gotta be.
All right. So this weekend, or I guess it was Friday, Matt started texting the group chat. I believe he was slightly intoxicated.
I drank wine
Very
for the first time in
intoxicated.
forever.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
I
God.
love wine.
Yeah, wine's good.
Fucking drunk ideas
So then
with Matt.
we were like, hey, what can we talk about on this week's show? And Matt started throwing out ideas. Some were like really bad that we can't talk about. But then he was like,
I mean, we could.
we could, but we would.
Matt would get fired.
Yeah.
Specific.
Sandwiches
Specifically.
came up. Matt was like, let's talk about sandwiches. And originally I was like,
Full
why?
disclosure, saw a Subway commercial and was like, I want a sandwich.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You're not a part of the
The
chain.
new potato buns are fantastic.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like something I'm going to eat.
They're really good. They're really good.
If you go to Subway in the morning and get their breakfast menu and don't just get a regular sub, like, have you ever went to Subway at 10 a.m. and gotten a regular sub?
Question?
Yes?
Who said the potato buns were a breakfast item?
That sounds like a
No,
breakfast.
they're
It's
not.
not a
They're
breakfast
lunch
They're
and
not.
dinner.
Yeah.
Read a book.
Oh, is there a book of Subway?
Yeah, there is.
Do you
It's the Sandwich Artist Training Manual.
I do Subway once a week, easily.
I love
And you
Subway.
don't know that it's...
I literally walk into the Subway that I go to, put up my hand, and they know what I want.
Nice. You're a reg.
See-
Thank you for your service.
I know the woman behind the
This is the
counter.
first thing about sandwiches. If you're eating the same one every time, are you really eating sandwiches?
Pat, which one do you go to?
What?
I go to the one in Southdale.
You can't just always
Where's
get the same thing.
Southdale?
at
That's a
Subway.
lie. No, you can.
Where's Southdale, James?
Where's Southdale?
Yeah.
Like
South end of the city.
Thank you. Good that narrows
Close
it
to
down.
my
near
house.
Pat's parents.
Off Furmore.
Thank you for your service. Legitimately, then.
But, like, what do you mean if you eat the same sandwich? You're still eating a sandwich.
Yeah, but you're not eating sandwiches. You're eating sandwich.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, my God. This is...
Well, it's a sub, right? So it's not even really a.
This will be the last
Literally
episode.
semantics.
It's a sub. It's a subsection of a sandwich. Literally a subsection
Oh boy.
of a sandwich.
I don't even know what's going on anymore. We just started.
It's a hot
Can
dog
I just
sandwich?
say, if you're going to eat a sandwich, the number one rule, my number one rule with a sandwich is you better have lots of meat. If you can't taste the meat, it's not really a sandwich. You need a lot of meat. These people are putting like 1 or 2 slices. Like, love my wife to death. Sometimes when she makes a sandwich, she puts like 2 pieces and she's like, here's your sandwich. And this isn't a sandwich.
That's fair. It's
That's
just
fair.
flavored bread at that point.
Yeah. It's like,
You know who made
We should do a
really good meat sandwiches? Big Mike Gagne when he come home after a night of hanging out with the boys.
Oh yeah.
And you just go in the fridge, take 2 pieces of bread, and just throw meat in the middle. Like, you didn't even know what meat it was.
Half a thing of that, like the bologna, like the pre-packaged.
And he would
Oh,
do
yeah.
like,
James knows it.
That's good stuff.
That's
James
good
probably
stuff.
delivered it.
That's good stuff, man.
he would just go downstairs, and
How-
I could hear him from
Are we
upstairs
gonna do
eating it.
a sandwich draft? Because I feel like that's
That's
like
on the way.
that's got to be in the
I
future
feel like we
somewhere,
should.
right? Yeah, like the definitive
I feel like-
ranking of sandwiches from
James,
Bros, Bumps, and Beers.
Can I ask you a question?
You can.
Bologna sandwiches. What are your condiments? Go.
Mustard,
Okay.
mayo, maybe, but
Okay.
mustard usually.
Do you agree that people that just put butter are semi-psychotic?
Oh,
Only if
absolutely.
they have to put cheese too.
So-
I can't
I'm
just
sorry.
butter.
Time out. Somebody puts butter on a bologna sandwich? I hate
Yes.
bologna.
I
and that
really
sounds
hope.
psychotic.
I really hope my principal doesn't listen to it because that's what he does.
No,
Just butter?
Butter.
And any cheese, like any Kraft single,
Nope.
even.
Nope.
That's
weird.
kind
I
of a
respect
monster.
the butter game on sandwiches. It's kind of a
But so I think-
unknown art.
Isn't it because some people just butter like? It's like they just put butter. It's like there is toast or bread, ergo there is butter. I feel like it's like they.
My
I know
mom
some
butters
people-
everything.
Yeah, some people put butter on PB and
It's an old
J.
school thing.
that
Yeah.
no, they don't.
No, I'm serious because
Yeah, they butter
it's
it
like
before.
in their brain
That's
that like
wild.
I need butter on my bread or toast to then put everything else. I've seen it numerous times.
It is
So
wild.
they butter peanut butter
but
jelly.
it's pretty fucking good, actually.
Is it really?
What's that?
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, in the morning, I'm a very big creature of habit in the morning. Like, I'll have 2 pieces of toast with margarine or butter on it, and a yogurt and juice, and that's what I have.
Hold
for
on, you
breakfast.
don't put anything on the toast?
No, I just no.
I do that. I like that. I dip it in my egg
But
yolk.
I
so-
would never in my mind
Oh,
put
okay, that-
margarine.
I'm an over medium guy.
That's
I'm very
different.
specific.
I would never put margarine on the toast and then put peanut butter on it. I just wouldn't do that.
I know. I've just seen it because I know a lot of people who are automatically butter, not even toast, bread. Like so, they could just be a bread, and it's there's butter on the bread,
Yep.
and then whatever else I'm putting on it.
Yeah, it's a sneaky way of cutting away.
By the way, a
dryness.
low-key delicious
Yes.
bologna-related treat, Matt, is take panko breadcrumbs, some egg wash, dip the bologna in it on both sides, and then just turn it over, toothpick down the middle.
Now, is there a limit on how long it should take you to make a sandwich? I feel like that takes some time.
Anything that's really good is worth waiting for.
I totally agree
Wow,
with him.
that's bold.
Like dinner tonight. Dinner tonight for me was a bacon and leek casserole. And it sounds gross, but it's a family favorite.
Leek is just oversized green onions. And they're
Yeah,
delicious.
they're not as sharp, which is nice because you can have more.
They're
Like
they'll
it's not
cut you?
as aggressive. Fuck you.
Speaking of sharp, a sharp cheddar on a sandwich. Let's go.
You know what? When I
Gotta
was
be
younger,
old
Old cheddar.
Only
Yeah.
if you're not
Yes.
warming it up. I
No,
like
even
it
if you're
cold.
warm-
I don't like it. I don't like sharp cheddar.
Why don't you like
hot.
it hot?
I like white cheese hot and orange cheese cold.
Why?
So you
Explain.
have grilled cheese. What kind of cheese you putting in your
Oh,
grill?
good question.
I mix the both together.
What? What cheeses?
Like the Kraft white cheddar and then the Kraft cheddar.
Like slices?
Yeah.
Like just like the processed slices,
Yeah,
not
I
like.
think that's the best thing to
have
make
you
a grilled cheese with.
guys ever done grilled cheese, but you put a little corned beef in the middle?
I usually put
Now, is
I
it
put
still
bacon in the
grilled
middle.
cheese, or is it just
Yeah, no,
a
that's
hot
grilled- no.
sandwich at that point?
I still consider
It's a
it grilled cheese.
variation of grilled cheese. It's like
Like
how you
your
have.
ratio
I
of
feel
cheese
like
to
Matt,
meat
I
is?
feel like you're a big splitter of hairs when it comes to sandwiches.
Yeah, it's a little
Yes.
much. It's a little much, honestly.
Nope.
I don't like it.
Nope.
I
Yeah,
don't like
like
how
hot dog
detailed we are.
sandwich.
Yeah, but like in a
Yes.
in a
Hot dog
perfect
sandwich?
It can be, yes.
I.
We're not doing it. I don't.
Hot
wanna do
dog's
that.
a hot dog.
I don't want to do this right
We
now.
don't want to go down that one.
No, that's a road we're
If you
just
cut
not gonna
if you
go
cut the hot dog down the middle and like make it 2 pieces,
Matt is
and put it
No, we
Matt is
can't-
currently motioning
we-
what scissors look like.
We
just so
can't. We
everybody knows.
can't be this.
Great podcast.
We can't be this podcast. Like that's beat to death.
Yeah.
We can't do the hot dog
Now,
conversation.
when I was younger, Matt, you can attest this. I wasn't a big cheese on sandwich guy.
Pat, you didn't eat anything.
I
when
did.
you
I
were
was
younger.
like remarkably skinny. I know you see me now, and you're shocked. Jordan is shocked by seeing
I ate
this.
all the food.
Yeah.
Apparently, my
So-
mom has been going through pictures. I've been getting text messages sent of old pictures. I was fucking fat.
And but now it's like
All
I
right.
can't. I
Nothing
can't,
wrong with that.
I can't imagine a sandwich without cheese on it now. I just can't.
No. It depends.
Except a smoked meat sandwich. I mean,
Yeah, see, that's where I was gonna say. Like my favorite sandwich is a Reuben, and
That's your favorite sandwich?
my favorite sandwich.
Really?
what kind of bread?
No, sorry. Okay, sorry. I should clarify. Not quite a Reuben. My favorite sandwich is a brisket. It's like a specific like brisket and mustard sandwich. But I do love a good Reuben. But I don't like sauerkraut. So I just go with very
See,
little.
I've gotten into the sauerkraut.
I go a little bit of sauerkraut, a ton of Thousand Island, like
I'm
a
living,
ton.
I'm living the
and
life
a piece of wine and a
um,
Swiss cheese.
I'm living that life of putting Chipotle on pretty much everything.
Now
when I
I'm
go
now I'm real curious. James' favorite sandwich? Go.
Montreal smoked meat.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
Pat.
stole my thunder. Montreal smoked meat all day. every
Shit,
day.
you know what? It's like that and a Reuben is bad. It depends. You get me on the right day, and it's the Montreal smoked meat, not a Reuben. It just depends on if I want the Thousand Island. That's like because I love Thousand.
There's a simplicity to a smoked meat sandwich. Like
Yeah.
you don't need anything else on it.
No.
I like a good Italian. It would be an Italian.
That's
sub,
what like salami, ham.
Salamis. Well,
no,
but you can go whatever, like basically
Italian
any
meats,
Italian cured meat that you want.
Right.
So I like a good salami. I like a good Genoa.
Oh, spicy Genoa.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, spicy what?
Genoa.
Genoa.
What is Genoa?
it's
like
the cousin
hot.
of quinoa.
No,
Or quinoa.
What is it?
it's
The meat?
salami.
It's made in quinoa.
cured meat.
Oh, it's cured meat. Okay,
it's a
okay,
cured
okay.
salami.
Capicola. Spicy
Capicola.
capicola.
Also very good.
Now, here's another good
You know what's
question.
really good? Peppercini peppers on a
Oh,
on a
yeah,
sandwich.
I know we're bouncing around, but
Safeway
I'm really.
makes a bomb ass panini with so many.
You
it's an
go
Italian with-
to the Red River Co-op in Southdale again, and you get a sub made in front of you. Unbelievable! It tastes so much better than any sub you'll get at Subway.
Oh, you mean like the grocery store? Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought you meant the gas station. I was
No,
like,
no,
holy
no.
shit! I didn't even.
I
know.
used to be a big
What?
gas station sandwich guy. Like those
Are
prepackaged
you
vacuum
alive
bags.
still?
I was
all the
also
preservatives.
I was
Well,
also very
the
fat.
grocery stores in this city make that lumberjack sandwich that James.
That's
like,
my
dies on and knows
favorite
about.
sandwich.
James
Dude,
That's
loves that
my
fucking
favorite
thing.
sandwich of all time.
There's-
Matt,
Oh,
what's
good.
your record for finishing one of those?
27 minutes, 41 seconds.
Oh,
That's fast.
is that your if you had a food thing, is that your like someone's like how fast is that your like number one like this is what I ate once one time thing?
One time?
No, but I'm saying like everyone has like an amount of time or an amount of things. So someone would be like I had 100 wings in a sitting. So is that where you?
I have several different.
What's your
like,
numero uno, Matrick?
Matrick.
Matt? Holy shit!
it's-
Matt.
How many beers have you had?
It's the
a
lumberjack.
quarter of one.
The lumberjack is my numero uno.
I saw it happen.
You saw it happen?
It was
So the quick story
Go ahead,
behind
yes.
that, when I was in physical education, getting my physical education degree.
gym teacher school.
Yeah, gym teacher school. All the guys decided they were going to do a lumberjack challenge where like everybody bought one and they all checked to see who could eat it the fastest. And they all like sat there and all ate it. I had a class at a different university because I was taking classes at the French university also. So I didn't get
University de Saint Boniface.
the same Boniface.
Boy, fuck.
And I wasn't able to partake, so I was upset about that. So I went and picked one up, brought it home, and did it in the basement in front of Pat. And
Maybe
Pat, you were a witness. Good
now
for you, man.
maybe the most beautiful but disgusting thing I've ever witnessed in my
it's a
life.
lot of bread.
It's all
It's
yeah.
probably like one of those moments like when you see like Ken Griffey Jr. hit a home run, right? You know, Wayne Gretzky, you know, setting
think about
up
the
the perfect
bread?
play, and then Matt eating a sandwich super fast.
Yeah.
I could see where
It- you know, I wouldn't compare it to that. Like, let's imagine last week when you listened to the interview, me breathing heavily. That was 27 minutes of Matt breathing heavily while eating a sandwich. My wife body bagged me. I came home today from a walk with the dog, and she was listening to the episode. You know, big fan of the show, long time listener, first time caller, and she was listening to it. And she comes in and she looks at me, and I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Do we need to take you to the hospital? Why do you breathe that way? Do you need your brother's puffer?" I'm like, "Oh, we're doing this now. Okay, cool."
Grow up, fuck.
Unnecessary ricochet shot.
Yeah, right. That's
Matt,
not
Matt,
even
you know my wife. My wife does love chirping the Gagne men.
Yes, she does.
You need
Yeah.
your brother's
Her and
puffer.
Mike going toe to toe is just.
Pat, do you or James have a food? I always love to know. Like, do you have a food like I ate this once in this amount of time or this many? Is there something that you personally, either of you?
Off the top of my head, I would say wings, but Matt outdoes me with wings. But me, my personal record for eating chicken wings, I ate 60 in about half an hour.
That's pretty good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. James, anything for you?
I know. Well, back in my high school days, I was a hollow leg eater.
What the hell does
I had
that
a
mean?
hollow leg.
Oh, you could eat a lot.
Yeah, you
Oh,
could eat a lot.
I was
yeah,
like
yeah.
a buck 65 soaking wet, and I could eat.
Tell
more
it to
than
Andrew
the
Harris,
lineman on
right?
the
Tell it
football
to
team.
Andrew Harris, man.
You felt all 165 of that hit.
I mean, James had a metabolism. That's more than I had in high
Yeah.
school.
No, I would say I did 72 wings at Garbanzo on wing night one time, and I've body bagged the Demetrius platter at George's multiple times.
Someone
that
tell me what's
with a
on that.
poutine.
Someone give me a
Yeah.
quick breakdown.
Demetrius platter? It's
Yeah.
a 3-burger patty over a mountain of fries.
That
Damn.
sounds
It's
fantastic.
huge.
I did it with a poutine.
The trick is to let the burger drip onto the fries.
Yeah, it's delicious.
So they soggy them up a little
And
bit.
it just slides down.
And then it just...
Slides down your gullet hole.
That sounds fantastic, but terrible.
George's needs to stop charging you though. for the can.
For the can.
They need fountain pop because you're eating that amount of food.
Yeah,
you at least need 3.
I'm sorry. I should have elaborated. So that's why I had to do the trick of soggying up the fries because you only get 1 can of pop.
That's
You can get more, but when you're a struggling high school student.
Now,
Hold on. You think I asked you all that?
oh, I'm
for
sorry,
me
Jordan. What
not
is
to
yours?
have
What
my
is yours?
own-
I'm
You
sorry.
guys
Have your
didn't
moment.
ask me what my fucking favorite sandwich was. I had to say it myself.
Okay, so
No,
Jordan,
it's
what?
your bad.
Here's your moment. What's your food thing?
Patrick, thank you for noticing that. I really wanted.
You know
to
what, Jordan?
talk about
I
this.
apologize
Yes.
that we didn't ask for you to tell us.
I mean, as you should. Like,
don't, fuck you.
It's always basic podcasting / radio edit that if I bring something up, I am closing with the story. Okay, I am currently, to my knowledge, still the record holder at a Brantford, Ontario Red Lobster. For the most amount of endless shrimp ate in one sitting.
I believe we've talked about this on the show.
Have we talked about this on the show?
Yeah, I feel like you've mentioned that.
Okay, I'll keep it quick. 210 shrimp.
Wow. I don't know if he's talked about this.
The next
Yeah,
day,
yes.
the
He was
next day.
super sick the next day.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well, yeah, you
There
ate all
go.
that fish,
The
right?
table record was 810, so I beat everyone else by 10. They all had 200.
Wow.
So, you know what? I brought it up before, but I'm looking forward to 20, 30 episodes from now, finding a way to bring this up again. 'Cause that's what really matters.
Can I ask one last sandwich-related question? It's really been on my mind all day now that
Is
I
an
knew you were
Oreo
talking-
a sandwich?
Yes.
Yes.
Sandwich cookie.
Pickles. Now, pickles are in my top 5 favorite foods. I love pickles.
Yep.
Matt,
Okay,
what are
fair.
the best pickles of all time?
Clausen.
Thank you. But you know what I don't like? Pickles on my sandwich.
What?
You're a psychopath.
Depends on the sandwich.
No, I can't do it.
Do you like no pickles at all or pickles on the side?
I'll eat a pickle on the side.
I am a pickle on the side
Yeah,
person
I
as
can't
well.
put it on my
And
sandwich,
ideally, the pickle juice has ended up all over the fries.
which I'm not into. I don't want that. I don't want my food
Didn't you
touching.
just give me a weird look for having the burger juices drip onto the fries?
Exactly the same.
Yeah. No, it's not. Mine's pickle juice.
Okay.
His is burger
All right,
juice.
carry on.
James upset.
Yo, I mean,
James can't even
Pat, are
right
pickles and burgers the same thing?
now. So you might odd.
No? Oh, okay, then maybe that might be a difference there. Riddle me this, Batman.
Yeah, like I could eat I'll have 2-3 pickles on the side, eat the sandwich, but I can't slice them up, put them on there. It doesn't work.
I think it just depends on the like. I'm trying like a roast beef sandwich. I really like with pickles. I find like darker meats.
There's literally nothing that isn't better with pickles. Like no sandwich.
cream.
Huh?
Oh.
No, sandwich.
Okay.
Ice cream sandwich.
Let's not be weird.
I mean, he said nothing.
I'm very excited. I have a drumstick in the freezer right now that I'm gonna crush after we're done recording. So
Those are overrated.
the fuck did you just say?
Fucking kill you. They're one of my favorite
I feel like
things.
they're properly rated. I don't know.
Yeah,
What
they're
makes
at
them
very
overrated?
least exactly where they should.
These guys are like, they basically have raging hard-ons for drumstick. It's not
Yeah,
that good.
as anyone should.
You don't know what my heart. I'm not talking about my heart on. That's strange.
You know what I would do for a Klondike bar?
For a
Drumstick?
Klondike bar, you mean?
For a Klondike bar?
But we're talking about drumsticks.
Literally nothing. I wouldn't do anything
Oh, it
for a
has-
Klondike bar.
Klondike bars suck.
Yeah.
We have to talk about hard-ons again.
No, we don't.
Okay.
All right, so
Way to maneuver away
the
from that.
next
I know,
topic
right?
that Matt's amazingly wine drinking mind came up with, which I thought was fascinating because I think we're going to get 4 different answers from everybody here. Which reality TV show could you win if you entered?
Can I preface this with how I came up with this?
Yes, tell me.
So CTV, the app, they also, I guess, they own, Bell Media maybe, owns MTV Canada.
Right?
Correct.
So they have all the old challenges. So I started watching old challenges. Yeah.
May I ask, what the fuck is the challenge?
Oh, you're
man.
such an
Yeah.
idiot.
By the
Johnny
way,
Bananas,
by the
baby.
way,
I'm not a big MTV guy.
Johnny Bananas.
by the way, that is the reality show I believe I could win.
Okay, but explain to me what it is.
CT Matt.
I love CT.
I know.
He's my boy.
Okay, you guys are just talking. different
So
language now.
basically, it's they put a bunch of people in a house
From their other reality
from their
shows.
other reality shows.
Okay,
They also have fresh meat contestants who are just like people who apply.
sure.
And they compete in daily challenges. They call them dailies, but they're not actually daily. That are just challenges, like different.
This show sounds fraudulent already.
No, give it a chance because
And,
Yeah, it's really
and then
good.
there's
It's a
and then they
binge-worthy
vote
show.
people into elimination rounds, and they do elimination rounds. And these things, like these people, I looked it up. So these people, the new ones right now make about $1,000 a week for every week they're there.
Pretty good.
The people, the mid-level people, make $3,000 to $5,000 a week. The top-end guys, so like the Johnny Bananas and the CTs of the world, they get contracted. So they're making like 80 grand to come on the show.
Yeah.
Plus the prize money. CT just won the new one. Spoiler. And He won $450K on top of whatever his salary was to come on the show.
So on salary,
This is like his 8th time winning.
Can you be eliminated from the show?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
he
he
could
still
show up
gets
for one
paid.
episode and get
Yeah,
in
and gets clocked. Yeah.
Interesting.
Just
But,
because of like.
but
the
that's what brings people to
slow
Why
watch.
do you think you would win that?
Because of the physical challenges and stuff, I feel like.
Oh,
And
Matt
it's
loves
a lot
feats of
of-
strength.
Oh, they're very physical challenges.
Also, a lot of puzzles.
fucking
Yeah, like they do this one thing. It's called a hall brawl. It's
Yes.
basically a hallway, and they wear like motorcycle helmets and pads, and they run at each other and try to
Matt.
get through each other.
Is this MXC?
Matt, you would lose that.
Depends who I was against.
No, you would lose it.
Because they go on my legs.
Yeah.
Nah, I'd just get real low.
I know, but like, you
No.
one like, did you
Okay.
see the fights last night?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Oh,
other
some
part-
Chris Weidman stuff?
Yeah, some
Oh,
Chris
not
Weidman.
good, Bob.
The other part
I
of
don't
the
wish that
challenge
upon
that's
you, to be
great,
very
is
clear.
that they stick them in a house together
Yeah.
with a ton of booze,
Yeah.
Love it.
and they all have a rule that you can't have fights, but they all fight. Like, and if you actually hit
Is it-
someone,
is
they
it like
say
No,
the
don't
first
they all
season of
just
the
get
All-Star?
really
I just
close?
watched Darrell,
Yeah,
who was just on the last one.
yeah.
Darrell, so I'm watching season 19. They show a flashback to like 2 seasons before. He beats the piss out of this guy. Like, clocks him with a 1, 2, 3, and the guy's fucking out.
Okay.
It is incredible.
So there's been 19 seasons of this show?
Oh, no, there's been 35.
Tons.
I've never seen one episode of this show. All right, James, what reality show would you perform well in and win?
If I'm gonna pull it out of my hat quickly here, Big Brother, obviously.
Oh, I knew James
So
was
you
gonna be a
take
Big
pride
Brother
in
guy.
being able to live in a house and stay there for a long time.
I can do that.
So you're doing it right now.
can't
You're
wait.
training
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And my social game is unreal.
Wait
Are
to
you
body
just-
bag what Pat's going to say.
Pat's gonna say Survivor.
100%. I'm going to say
I know,
Survivor.
Pat-
But
Pat-
James, have your moment.
I've
Explain.
never actually heard Pat talk about Survivor.
Hold on.
You just
let's
know
let
when
James,
you know he's
let's
a
let
Survivor
James
guy.
go with
Yeah.
Big Brother. Because I want to know, how do you think you'd win that?
I think I got a good social game. I've always been good at. I can associate myself with different groups and
Yes.
different classes.
Okay.
Racist.
So I'm
just
just gonna be real. Let's just be real about what's going on right now. But no, I think I can nail that.
Would you be a lay low guy who just like works
I
in
would
and out?
slow play it.
But then the producers would be against you.
Not if he's entertaining.
Not
on
if-
it.
Yeah,
Danny.
okay, I see what
Producers
you're saying.
have nothing to do with reality TV
I would
shows.
yeah,
still
sorry,
be
excuse
active
me.
amongst the alliances.
apologize,
I
excuse
would
me.
definitely not hitch myself to one horse. I would work my way between alliances.
I like it.
And I would not want to win events at the beginning of the season. I will save that for when I need
Yeah, you
to.
never win
Because like,
early.
let's
Need
get
to be
real here.
final 3 or
Some of those
whatever.
events, I'm like, how are these people not better at this?
Man, it's crazy. So they do the dexterity ones, like the ones where you're hanging. Women do better at that because they actually have better shoulder strength than men.
Yeah.
And I would bow out of that. I'm not going to waste my time hanging from a wall for 2 hours and getting rain poured on me. No, I'm good. I'm going to go pour myself a whiskey. You guys do your thing. I'll be ready at the end. You guys want to talk game afterwards? I'll be ready. But enjoy, So
Pat, we'll get to you last. I want
that's
Jordan's
fair, yeah.
answer.
I was trying to think of like a funny answer to this. Like, what was that P Diddy reality show?
Oh,
with
the one
Dylon?
you're his assistant?
Yeah, I like was trying to think
oh
of
no,
that
I know
one.
where Jordan's going with this.
Or there was a show where when I was a kid where the whole premise of the reality show was a man, an actor, had to work with a woman to convince their family that they're getting married, and the man went
Oh,
through
yeah,
different
yeah.
shit. And then at the end, like, the family hated her, and the actor saved the show by like the whole family's relationship by like explaining like why she was doing
Yeah, I
it
remember
for
that.
each
That was
of
on
them.
Spike.
It was wild.
Yeah.
To be dead serious though, I think I would not only win but dominate Pros versus Joes.
I knew
What
he
a
was going to
great
say
fucking
that.
show.
I think I would
knew he was
demolish
gonna
it.
Apparently,
that
there's a
one.
petition going around to bring that show back.
So
That is
the
epic
reason I
show.
say that is I have dabbled in
multiple sports.
multiple sports. If it's basketball, that's where I'm screwed.
same.
But if I played hockey for long enough that I think I could get by.
The
I played
hockey was always
football
so
for
fun.
years. Baseball, I think I could get by. I wish there was rugby. So like I just feel like when I think about it, it's like, okay, like what are the sports you typically see? Do I think I could like catch a fly ball, maybe just make contact with one pitch? Could I get by Joe Green one time? One time? Oh yeah, definitely. The only person who dominated, I remember this distinctly. The only person who actually like beat the shit out of everyone and no one won once was Ricky Williams. Ricky Williams went on the show, and usually like someone sneaks by or gets a point against one of these people. No. Ricky Williams just ran through everybody, and at the end was like, "Okay, am I done?
Jordan.
Okay, thank you." And that was it. So Pros versus Joes.
That's false. There was 2 people.
Who was the
Ricky
other one?
Williams,
Was it Claude
Kurt
Lemieux?
Angle.
Oh, I
Angle.
forgot about the
They
Kurt
had
Angle
to.
episode.
They had to wrestle him.
and
you
it
had
was
to
disgusting.
Survived 30 seconds.
30 seconds without
disgusting.
getting pinned.
Yeah.
He pinned everybody within 10 seconds.
Yeah, it was gross. I remember.
He was
that.
incredible.
All right, so my show. The only reason I'm saying Survivor is my favorite reality show of all
Yeah.
time. I would not win Pros versus Joes. Too small.
Patty Smokes over there.
Yeah. I would not win MasterChef Canada Can't Cook. I would.
Oh, that's a really good
I would
show.
not win Big Brother because I think Big Brother's stupid and I wouldn't want to be on that show.
You're stupid.
You're stupid.
I wouldn't win the challenge because I don't know what the challenge is. Survivor is the only show that I've watched every season and fully understand the game. And I say this to Rianne every year we watch it. I would either be voted out first or win the whole thing. There's no in between.
Do you think you could finesse your way through The Bachelorette?
Oh, see?
That's always been the one that I've wanted to like. Every time Reese like makes me watch it, I'm like,
I'll come back to that.
I think I could.
The
do
reason
this.
I would be first out is not because I'd be voted out, because it would rain too much and I'd be like, this is fucking
I was
stupid.
just gonna say, I've seen you
Yeah.
in bad weather,
Yeah.
and you shut down
Pat
within
Foley.
Yeah,
minutes.
if it's too much rain,
Minutes.
I'd be like, this is stupid, I'm out.
I can't imagine what you'd be like living off of rice and maggots.
I could do that.
And lying on a wood board.
I could do that. I could. It's the weather part that would bother the shit out of me. Being wet all the time would be terrible.
Shit, you better hope for like.
Yeah, I think shitty living conditions he's fine. Have you
Survivor,
seen his
Arizona.
old bedroom in the old house.
Exactly.
I mean,
Like that's like I was living Survivor every day in my parents'
Yeah, it's
basement.
fucking
Harry
Harry
Potter.
Potter.
I would win because you know what?
I was the OG of
You know what?
that
I'll
room.
say
Are
it.
you?
This is gonna. People are gonna say that's. I changed the way I speak when I lie. And people on the show wouldn't know me well enough to know that difference. So if I'm lying all the time, they would just be like, "That's how you speak." That's the way I see it.
Imagine like
Wow.
Pat just like outed himself as a natural liar.
Yeah.
On the
What
podcast.
a thing to be proud of.
Yeah,
right?
good
Oof.
job,
Oof.
Pat. I mean, Red Sox fan.
Like
am I
there's
right?
people that
Jordan said he's strong and athletic. I said I've got, good social
Everyone has
skills.
their talents, James. Everyone has their talents.
Pat out here.
I'm not athletically gifted, even though I do surprise
No, you're
people
not.
when I do things athletically.
So Jordan, just to come
yeah.
back to the Bachelor, Bachelorette, what one would
So we'd be the Bachelorette because
Yeah.
the guys are the ones
so
competing.
when
I believe.
I brought this up with Janelle on Friday when I was like going through all like these ideas that were just coming to my head.
Yeah.
And she was like, suddenly I'm like laughing because I'm thinking of you guys on the Bachelorette, and I was like,
It would be funny. Because I'd also assume we'd all still have our partners. So like we would have to like, you know what I mean? Like
What the fuck is
no,
that?
no,
how
no,
the
no,
Bachelorette
no,
works?
no,
no, but that's my point. I think that's why it would be
Actually,
funny.
that's not true. Some do come on with
know,
girlfriends.
Because I think you'd be I would like talk to Rhea and I'd be like, babe, I'm gonna go try to win us some money and get us famous.
You don't win money on the show.
Yes,
You win
get
love.
you win clout, which leads to money. I've seen YouTube videos. That's how it works. Okay.
And see, but I
will
don't think I would
be-
do good on The Bachelor. I said I could lie, but I can't lie to women. I have a very tough time lying to women.
I haven't watched a
You can
lot
also
of the
barely speak
Bachelorette.
to women.
Yeah, that's true.
No, he did a good job.
sorry. Oh,
No,
Matt. Oh,
no.
Matt's coming. Matt's coming for me.
Yeah, everybody watch out.
Hang on. Dr. Love over there.
One woman, Matt. Get out of here.
I never said I was good at talking to
I
women.
think has Pat? Wait, no, Matt, have you been with your partner for longer, like more than half your life?
This year,
Is this 50-50?
no, it wasn't in October. It was either last
'cause it
October.
has
Or
to
this
be-
You
one.
have to
mentioned, you had
around
mentioned on the
there.
show you have been together longer than
we
you have
were
not.
together October 17th when we were 16. So yes.
You're past it.
Yeah, we're past it.
I had, as I was saying it, I'm like, wait a minute.
In October,
Wait a minute.
we'll have been together 2 more
God.
years than we've been alive.
Can you imagine being with
Then
your
we
high
not
school,
were together.
Yeah. That wouldn't be good, right, James?
Yeah.
James, you want to talk about it?
Incredibly
James,
toxic.
you want to talk about it?
No,
on the
I
podcast?
definitely
You want to
don't
talk
wanna
about it?
talk
I'll
about
talk about it.
Nope. We're
Nope.
I just outed myself as a good liar.
Yeah, no.
What
I'm
time
not,
to be
I
alive?
am not
Yeah,
cutting
you're a
that.
villain.
Oh, you shouldn't have to be.
No.
I would
I
be a
would
good
for
villain.
sure be a villain.
I would be a good villain. That's what I mean. I would be able to walk into Survivor, throw all my feelings to the side, and just do what I had to do to win. And
be
most
the-
of the time, that's just lying.
You're the unlikable version of Boston
Pat would be
Rob.
Pat would be a
Boston Pat.
villain. Jordan would be the guy on Pros vs. Joes that I wanted to lose, but I knew he was going to win.
Thank you.
James would kind of be scummy on Big Brother, but
You're
I'd love to
you're
watch
telling
him.
me James wouldn't lie on Big Brother?
He would lie, but not. But he'd be like, I feel so bad for lying.
Wouldn't James
maliciously.
be the root for the
Yeah,
bad
like,
guy,
I think
though?
I would feel bad lying.
Wouldn't
I'd
James
go to the
be...
confession room after with a wink, being like, "Yeah, I told him this, but
No, James.
Yeah.
James would
You'd
be
be
the bad
such a
guy you
likable
root
scumbag.
for.
Be
Pat would be the
great.
bad guy you don't root for, and
You'd be
James
like
would be the
that
bad
Paul
guy you
guy.
would.
There's a guy.
yes,
There's a guy
yes,
in Survivor.
absolutely,
It's
100%.
funny that you say the Boston Rob thing. I would be a mix between Boston Rob and Russell Hantz. Russell Hantz is the most hated player to ever play Survivor. I would use both their games to, because he lied all the time. I wouldn't lie to the extent that he did.
Didn't he lie about a family member dying?
No, that was Johnny Fairplay.
Oh, right.
He had his
His
buddy
name
come
was
in.
Fairplay?
No,
That's what
they
he called
make,
himself.
they make their own names
Yeah.
up.
He wanted to get into
Wow.
wrestling, but he was like, he had like a white, like a blonde fro, and just he was like twig size.
Oh, that's trouble.
He was bad.
But yeah, I think I honestly, everybody's answer. Jordan's the pros versus Joe from the rafters.
No, it
Sting
wasn't from the
style.
rafters.
Unreal. I love that.
Well,
I
no,
thought
thought about
I was
everybody's
Thinking
answer.
about that one.
I
too.
was about to say, I was like, does it have to be currently alive? Like, does it have to be a modern one?
Nah.
Because I don't know many modern ones, but I watched that religiously. And I'm surprised none of us said Tough Enough. Just because of like,
no, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Not
You
a
don't think so?
chance.
Okay.
Becoming a wrestler is hard.
yeah, I mean, not to discount it. I'm just saying,
I
like,
think I'd win Man Tracker.
You think you'd win
No,
Man
I'd be
Tracker?
I'd be dead
So
before
dead.
I even got out the car
I
to
would-
go to Man
Oh, you guys
Tracker.
give me
I would
shit.
die of exhaustion before getting
You
caught.
guys give me shit about
You'd
not
have
being
to
able to
last
survive
me.
in Survivor. Could you imagine me on like that show alone?
Naked and Afraid.
No, it's alone. Like they
I
just
would
put
do
you
good on
island.
the first part, James.
Naked?
Naked, I'd crush. Afraid, not great. Not
Jordan,
great.
you're like, that's it.
yeah,
I win.
Some of
Give
the-
me all your
It must be. It must be a
Okay.
Saturday. It
Some of
must
the
be Sunday
highlights
morning
from
at
that
2
show
a.m.
is unreal. They always pick the most spiteful people. Like, it's just two people who will hate each other, and now they're naked and cold around each other. And it's some of the most hilarious dialogue I've ever seen in
They
a
should.
show.
I always thought that show should have had like one little thing for each one that's different. It's like it's Naked and Afraid and the floor is lava. And I feel like that would have just added so much. Like Naked and Afraid, but you can only play Twister.
All right, so
You know what I mean?
quick
Like-
recap on that because I feel like it needs a recap. Matt would do the challenge because he loves feats of strength
And puzzles.
and puzzles. James would do Big Brother because he likes living in a house and loves playing the game of like
Social game.
social game. Jordan would do pros versus Joes because he's athletic. That's what I hear. And Pat would do Survivor because he would do whatever it takes to win.
But you'd lose.
But you'd lose.
Probably. Yes, probably first one up. Let's get realistic.
Yeah.
So that being said, shall we talk some beers?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so Matt.
That was the requisite amount of time.
Yes, Matt.
Requisite.
Requisite.
Matt, could you please lead off?
So this week I got a request. I got a request from friend of the show, Demier. He's like, have you guys reviewed Sneaky Peach from Lake of the Woods? Actually, he prefaced that by saying, can you guys review Lake of the Woods? Is that considered local? I said, yes, it is. He goes, can you review Sneaky Peach?
The
'Cause I
Ontario
don't know.
government doesn't think it's local.
Yeah, well, whatever. So I have Sneaky Peach, the Peach Pale Ale. Now, when I grabbed this, my first thought was, okay, pale ale, it's a peach. It's going to be a fruit beer. It's not going to have any hop qualities. Actually, lots of hop flavor and hop notes on the finish, especially like a little bit bitter on the end, which is kind of interesting because it's sweet off the start. You get peach, and then it's a little bitter at the end with the hops. But they go together, and you want to go back for another sip. His big thing was when he was talking to me about it, that he found the sips inconsistent. I didn't find that. I got peach on every sip. I got the same hop bitterness on every at the end of everything. It's light. It's smooth. It's not overly heavy as far as mouthfeel goes. 5.2%, Jordan.
Ooh.
So it's still
Okay.
this is something you could sit, and I think it's a little ironic to say this about Lake of the Woods, but it's something you could sit on a dock on a nice day in the summer. You could crush a bunch of these,
Fuck, I respect that.
and you'd be having a great time. You'd be refreshed. Like it checks a lot of summer beer boxes. I didn't think I was gonna like this, and I really enjoyed it. So if you follow me on Untapped at Gagne Matt, I'm gonna give it 3.75. It was surprisingly good. I gave it 3.5 after the first like 3 sips, and then I finished the can and I was like, no, that's better than that.
I respect
It's hard
that.
sometimes to wait. Like you're just sitting
Yeah.
there and you're like, okay, I know
I
what this
respect
is.
that Jordan and Matt like go back and revise their scores.
Yeah, I do that.
I
do that
I
a
just
lot.
like, okay, first step, go. That's what it is.
Saying
No,
that,
I
I
do
went
that a lot.
back and looked at Humulus Ludicrous. I was drinking it this week,
Yes.
and I was like, I gave this a 4. What?
You
planet
thought
was
high
I
or
on?
low?
Hey,
You thought that was high or low?
I thought that was low. I've jacked it up to a 4.25.
Okay, yeah, okay. Just the way you said it was like,
No,
how
but
much
like
higher can you go?
four is like a good beer.
Yeah.
4.25, it means like I really enjoy. And I was like, how did I not?
I'll
give this...
usually do the barcode scanning thing and then take the picture and then leave the app until I'm done drinking. So I'll like do that because that's the part where like, you know, sometimes you like pour it out and you're like, hey, I want to like do something with the can. Like you're not gonna like leave it there to take the picture after.
Yeah.
So I just go like scan, picture, think. I mean, probably overthink. That is my
No.
forte. But I think that's the way to do it. IMO. So yeah, that's it.
All right, I'll go next because
Well, James isn't paying attention, so yeah, you should go.
Let's
next.
just get this out of the way.
Literally on tap right now, trying to figure out my score. God, get off my dick.
I for sure thought you were looking at the Yankees score again. I 100. Oh, by the way,
Game ended hours ago.
How are the Yankees doing?
They're back, baby. They're back.
Did they win a game?
See, like
3 of 4 against
see,
the
like
Indians.
I would lie better than
Or the Cleveland
Yeah,
sports team. Yes.
that's a bold face.
Because I
lie.
literally,
I can tell that's a lie.
James has been ripping out Yankees hearts on Twitter this whole week.
They did well this weekend.
Anyways,
actually.
so I went to the queue and I picked up a release from Half Pints. I got their strawberry Clementine kettle sour. Jordan actually drank it and he said, "What do you think of it?" I was not nice to it. I'm drinking it.
I believe his words were body bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not great, Bob. It's not. I don't know. I'm not gonna body bag it. It's not like so much so that I can't drink it. Like I can finish the whole can and I'm not like super disgusted or anything like that. There's strawberry taste to it. Is it your usual kettle sour taste? That's a negative. See, not a lie. That's real. It's just, I don't know. It's
Pat, can you hear that? Hold on. Just opening up.
here's-
I'm opening up the bag because I'm gonna put it in there when you're done. So just give me a sec. Just opening.
Okay, yeah, it's. I don't have much good to say about it. I don't have much bad to say about it. It's just whatever. It's not great. Not really overly enjoying it, but I'll drink it. So you can follow me on tap at Pat Gagne and Jesus, I'm gonna give this. Fuck, this is tough. I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
That's so high.
It's no.
Yes.
Nah, I don't think so.
But
Yes.
as far as Pat's rating system goes,
That's
real
pretty low. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't-
All right, so let me give you all a real review. I opened it, took a couple sips. On the nose, it smells not good. And you know that really bitter, fake strawberry flavor? If you've ever had a candy that's like a really bad strawberry candy?
I've never, because I don't like strawberry.
Okay, so that was a very bitter, very pour through the palate, horrible aftertaste. I didn't finish it. And I have praised is it Fort Garry,
No,
right?
it's
No,
half pints.
Half Pints, excuse me.
Doesn't even know where it's from.
My bad. No, but I have St. James Pale Ale.
Yeah.
Little Scrapper.
Most ludicrous.
Yes, like
Anyways,
you've
continue.
seen it
Yeah.
on the podcast.
What'd you give it? What'd you give it?
1.75.
Whoa.
It's like if I'm
great.
going to sing your praises, if you make for how much we're paying, that can't happen. What's the percentage alcohol on that 2-pack, if you don't mind?
5.6.
5.6?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a redeeming quality.
Yeah.
Because I almost mixed it. I had another sour this weekend that was 3%, and if I saw that before I bought it, I never would have picked it up. But that beer that you drank is bad.
All right.
Bad, bad, bad.
All right, Jordan. So I hope the beer you're drinking is not bad. You're
Me
up
too.
next.
I am going to be doing super juicy. That's when
cake?
you're super back, you drink super juicy. So it's a double IPA. So this is basically now, Matt, you may have to help me because I don't know this. It's brewed in collaboration with Cabin Brewing in Calgary. What did they change exactly? Like, do you know? Because I tried to
they
find
have
out and I couldn't find out.
They have a beer called Super something.
Super, yeah. But they just fused. Did they kind of try to fuse
Yeah,
the
I
two?
think the hops are fused and things like that.
Like I said before we went on air, that someone posted on Instagram a picture of both from each brewery next to each other, and there is an evident difference in both beers.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is, to me, as I drink it, it is juicy. Now,
Nothing wrong with that.
no, there's nothing wrong with it. I think where I'm gonna get stuck a little bit is like the marketing of it. Super juicy to me is like it should be juicy, but the flavor should be turned up 1,000,
Yeah.
right? But this is not that. Like this is like I would actually say it's like juicy taken down a half notch. Like it really is, in my opinion, just juicy.
Is it hoppier?
I don't think so. I really don't. I think it tastes exactly like juicy. Like or it doesn't taste exactly like juicy because juicy is a little more gives you a little more flavor on the palate. So whatever this super beer is, it kind of took away from Juicii in my opinion. Okay, that said, still a really good beer for 8%. Like, you can put these away, no problem. You'll have a great time. They're good to drink.
No lie detected.
No lie detected. It's just that
Such a
as
clown.
I'm the market. I feel like I'm the one who like really wants to get what I pay for because it's expensive, and I just feel like this isn't exactly what I was hoping for. However, it's still a really good beer. So this is gonna knock it out of the 4s. I will land it at a 3.75 because it's 8%. It's delicious. Okay. So it's tasty. It's just when I hear super juicy, I'm expecting like juicy, but when I sneeze,
but super.
Yes, I'm like sneezing orange and yellow. So J-Skull 55 on Untapped, big for me to not forget that again. And follow along. I think it's over to James.
We're going to go to JC Sizzle.
JC Sizzle.
All right.
Jesus Christ, Sizzles.
So, visited our friends at Barnhammer again this weekend. Picked up a couple brews.
Hi, Tyler.
And grabbed myself a Pemby Tang. Brought it back for the summer. I'm a fan of it. I'm not a huge milkshake IPA guy. I try to just kind of stick to my own, like to the double IPAs and along those lines. Never really got into the milkshake ones, but this is one that I do enjoy. Talked about it with a buddy in the group chat, a little bit back and forth on how much we do enjoy it, and it's a nice little treat here and there. And that's where I kind of see it. It is a treat. You got to like the lactose beers. You got to like a little bit of sweetness. So if you are a fan of Kilter beers, you're going to be a fan of this one. Because
much vanilla.
And that's the thing. So yeah, it does have some heavy vanilla notes to it for sure. I like that. I like that flavoring. It kind of cuts away from the bitterness because when I am having a milkshake type of beer, I want it to be more of a milkshake. I want it to be sweeter. It should be a switch up. It shouldn't be too hoppy in my mind. So yeah, no, I like this one. It's good. It's smooth. It's going to be good for the summer. So I'm going to give it a 3.75. You can follow me at JC Sizzle on Untapped. Still the greatest handle out there right now. I'm going to embrace it rather than laugh at it. Right.
So I just want to, real quick, it's not that I dislike Pemby Tang. It's that, yes, I'm not huge on the vanilla finish.
Made another insane, like one of the best milkshake IPAs I've ever had, which was that Saskaberry.
Oh, yeah, the Lone Grove?
Yes, whatever that was
From
the Clouds amazing.
This is good. I'm just there's something about, and Kilter's done it a couple times too.
I agree with you.
The vanilla, the heavy
orange vanilla,
the orange and the vanilla.
I hate it.
There's Sunny Dreamsicle. I can't do that one either.
No,
I don't know. I think it's the.
I'm with you on that one, man.
It's more of a me. It's a me thing. Yeah. I don't want people
No,
to be
it
like,
can't be because you have two people in this room who are just like, oh no, I understand. Like I can't drink.
I think creamsicle, like orange creamsicle, it's kind of like black licorice. It's something that people either like or love or don't love.
All right, so quick recap. We had at Gunny and Matt with 2 T's, I believe. He had the Sneaky Peach from Lake of the Woods. He gave it a 3.75. J-Skull 55 had the Super Juicii from Kilter. He gave it 3.75. At Pat Gagne had the Strawberry Clementine Cattle Sour from Half Pints. He gave it a 2.5 on Untapped. And finally, at JC Sizzle, wow, he had the Pemby Tang from Barnhammer. He gave it a 3.75. You can follow us all on Untapped. And now we go to Jordan with, I believe, the beer news of the week.
Thank you, Patrick. Live from Tel Aviv.
Why?
Because of the delay.
Oh, yeah, I understand. Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you clarified. Because like, why the hell did he bring up Tel Aviv? This will be a short one. We're starting off. James might be able to tell us about this. I don't know. He did go to Barnhammer. These are specifically talking about Brad's Middle Coast IPA and Tom's Belgian. James, did you drink either of these?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so here's what I have to tell you about that. Now that James didn't drink any of them, Brad's West Coast IPA got some dry hop, soft mouthfeel. So they kind of did a West Coast IPA with the mouthfeel and style of an East Coast IPA. It says it has a chewier body.
Pardon?
Don't know what that means. Now this other one's
thicker in the mouth, I think.
Pardon,
Matt. Okay, then we have.
I hate that Matt says all that very casually all the
Speaking
time.
of thicker in the mouth, a rustic Belgian saison. See, you don't. Yeah, figure it out. What's he talking about? No one knows. Aroma that is sweet, lightly funky with banana, papaya, and lemongrass. Needless to say, that is up Jordan's alley completely. So I need to get my hands on that as well. So here's some big news this week. Good Neighbor Brewing has released the cans. I do really like the look of the cans. They got that little fence post through the middle of it, which I think is kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of the vibe on it. So the first will be a hazy pale ale, which will be a Juicii double dry hop New England style pale ale. 4.89%, so not a heavy hitter, but should be a nice casual drink. And then this one, now they're coming out with like a big haymaker, milkshake kettle sour, which has blackberry, raspberry, boysenberry, vanilla, and milk sugar. It's somehow subtly tart, they say. I don't really know if that's possible with every fruit that's ever existed ever in there, but that should be pretty interesting, from Good Neighbor there.
Milkshake sours are one of the wildest things you'll ever drink.
They're fantastic. Test batch from Sucrums. You know what that means. Vegan pastry porter. I'll let you decide if that's up your alley. But if it is, good for you. And then finally, Torque Brewing is coming out with Time Dilation. This is their second of the Sour Space program. It's a dry hop sour. I just hope it goes better than the first one. Because that one got... Hold on.
That's a zipper.
A body bagging. Because it wasn't... We all agreed it wasn't great. But that's it. That's a really short one this week. So, Pat, back to you in the studio.
All right, guys. Very interesting first segment. When we come back, we have the return of A Flight and a Pint. Should be a good one.
Oh, Michael, this is going to be fun to watch.
Well, the Super Juici's not the only thing that's super today, because we're super back. Super back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome.
Well, it's been, we've had a week to
Marinate.
let it take us all in. We
let that one
brought Matt
marinate.
to task
Marinate.
over his indiscretions. So,
Criminal.
let's all review for this week in A Flight and a Pint. Rules to be set in stone. You cannot broadcast what drafter you are when the results are put on Instagram. Matt, you can't have your wife, because I know that's in your brain, that she would have put something on there.
For
that you would
sure.
know which drafter you were. You can't make a video saying what would be this and then have fingers up showing 4, 3, 2, or 1.
Don't make your better
So
half
my
the
wife
worst half.
doesn't listen to the show, so she wouldn't have done that, even though she doesn't vote every week because she loves me. But the video thing was probably going to happen.
Yeah, so none of that shit. You vote. The people who listen will know who they want.
Close to it.
Yeah.
Right. You
Nothing-
can't sit there and say
nothing
like,
in and
repost
around
it and say I love that.
Yeah, and that, or here's like
What if
here's
my
another
kid-
draft
what if my
for
kids
you
go
this
on there
weekend.
and maybe like talk about picks?
No.
I'll sanction.
You don't want
I'll
your
sanction
niece
your
and
kids.
nephew to go on there and
I do, but then I
You're a
know
terrible
you would
uncle.
tell them what
If
to
you
say.
think
Terrible
this
uncle.
podcast isn't about sanctioning your kids, dare I say banning them from the
I have
show,
a list,
we're
Matt.
not.
There's two
I would
people on it.
endorse it.
Oh yeah, can you update James on who's banned from the podcast?
I don't
It's Disco Inferno
Disco Inferno, yeah.
and
that guy from
the guy from the
ESPN.
NFL Network.
NFL Network.
I can't
Traeger?
remember.
No.
No.
Ian Rappaport.
No.
No.
I can't
Rich
remember his
Eisen.
name. I can't remember his name.
Warren Sapp.
No.
No,
It's,
he's-
it's
no,
a
he's
lesser
banned.
known guy. For
Oh.
fuck's sakes.
Jason
Anyways.
Black
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
James is like, yeah.
He said something about wrestling one week on Twitter. I was like, you know what, you're banned. I don't want you on the
Yeah,
show
you banned
ever.
big-
So yes,
it's a
this week we're back
ever-growing list.
for another Flight and a Pint. Jordan, I'll throw it to you. Please tee up what we are doing this week.
Oh, Patrick. You know, as a third lockdown is upon us, ladies and gentlemen, as we go back into dismal hiding of our own pillars of sadness, where we're going to be like Robin Williams in that movie where he comes out and he's like, what year is it? Great picture. That's what's
Jumanji?
I don't think it was it
Yeah, it was
Jumanji?
Jumanji.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
Jumanji.
Oh, great. Yeah. R.I.P. though. I loved Robin Williams. What we're doing this week is to remind you all of Winnipeg events. The good ones, the bad ones.
No, just the good ones.
And the one Pat. Oh, is it just the good ones?
Yeah, just the
okay.
good ones.
So the good Winnipeg events. This week we're going to pick a Flight and a Pint of essential Winnipeg events because we want Manitoba events. Sorry. I mean, if you're not in Winnipeg, is it even Manitoba? But anyways.
Yes, it is.
What matters here, folks, is we want you all to remember those good times that you had. Maybe a friend of yours kicked a ball and hit someone in the face at a volleyball-related event.
We will be telling that story.
Maybe someone did that, right? Maybe
Yard sailed that ball. We'll get to that.
Maybe one of your friends went to an event and did something hilarious at the Pint. You know, maybe there's like a specific person who did that. Rest in peace to the Pint. But, you know, we just want you all to remember those good times. And so we're going to do a flight and a pint of Essential Manitoba Events. Pat, back to you.
All right, Matt, because you won sort of last time, you will pick the order. So tell us the order, please.
It's Jordan, I'm going to throw your bone. You're going to go first.
Yes! I mean, you know what I'm going to pick first.
What'll just put you your ass in the jackpot later.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because I'll have the last pick.
I'm going to go
Son of a
second
bitch.
because I have a pick that I cannot afford to let go past the second. I know Jordan's not going to pick it. So,
Okay.
Pat, you're going to go third because if you
Matt, you might be surprised.
Pat, if you think I'm going to give you, after all the shit you've given me, if you think I'm going to give you back-to-back picks, you're out of your damn mind.
That's fair.
James, you're going to go fourth.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, boy.
I hate that James and Matt are always so cordial during the drafts. Like, be a little contentious every once
Well,
in a while.
when you're clearly the two best drafters
yeah.
in the room,
Yeah.
You know
the
what?
chat
Jordan,
room, the
Good
Zoom
luck.
room.
Good luck.
Yeah,
this
good
week.
luck to you. You know what? Like, credit to you for not cheating, because
Yeah.
I don't cheat.
Yeah.
But
James definitely doesn't cheat.
I mean, like, I don't want to grow up.
I don't
and-
cheat on the drafts. I cheat on the poll. I mean, I don't cheat on the poll.
Yeah, okay. So, okay. All right. So, Jordan.
is that an official admission
Yeah.
of guilt?
Yeah,
Am
absolutely.
I good? Can
That
I,
asterisk.
Draft's already said he doesn't care.
James, can I get a ruling from Louisiana judge, please?
Well, I do declare that's the happenings have already happened, and the order will have to stay.
Okay. Thank you, Louisiana judge.
All right. For coming up to the podium for the first overall pick in quintessential or essential Manitoba events, Jordan Schofield.
Shit, this is tough.
We don't know what you're gonna pick. We don't know
No,
what you're
I
gonna
know. I
I don't
almost
even have
have
it on my list because I was like,
I have
Jordan's
to
gonna
pick
take
it as the guy who runs multiple teams for it, as the guy who got everyone to go to it, the guy who's ruined other people's weekends because they won't let them go do other things for it. I think I have to take it, even though there's something else I think I'd rather put here. I'm going to take Super Spike. Super Spike for me is one of the first events. It was one of the first Winnipeg events. I moved here. There's so many. We're going to have a long Super Spike story section. I moved here, and one of the first things I got told was there was a volleyball tournament with a night party. And that was the first time I came to realize that Winnipeg had mosquitoes, because that Winnipeg was oddly cold at night sometimes.
Even in the summer. Because I not only got eaten alive, and there were other people out there in like tank tops or with no shirt on who were like happy as clams, and I was like sitting here like swatting them away. And it was honestly, to me at the time, I didn't understand the allure of it. And as I've been here longer, it's starting to become like every year, like the last 2 years where it's gotten canceled, it's been like a genuine like rest in peace moment in our volleyball team group chat. So we can start with that. James, do you have a favorite Super Spike story you'd like to tell?
Can I tell it? Can I tell it? Can
Yeah,
I tell
Pat,
it? Can
you
I
can
tell
tell
it?
it.
Okay, so we were at the night party and had a couple beers and drinks, and we were kind of away from the big crowd because everybody was near the DJ booth. And James, who was feeling all right,
He was having a good time.
He
Yeah,
was having a great time. We were dancing in the sand.
Yeah.
James, I don't believe, remembers dancing in the sand. But then at one point, a volleyball came into James's possession. And normally you would be like, hey, set it up, spike, set, smash, all that good shit.
yeah, Pat volleyballs.
Yeah. James proceeded to, without any warning, take said volleyball, and I do not say this lightly, fucking yard sail it.
Soccer kick.
Hoofed
it.
into the crowd of people. And just looked at us and went, shrugged his shoulders, and continued on with his night. We don't know if that hit anybody. We don't know if that knocked anybody out. I'm telling you right now, this came in like a bat out of hell.
How is this the first time I hear this story?
Pat,
man.
you missed a crucial part of that story.
Tell me more.
As James was walking up to us, he was, as once we said, having a very good time. And James did not see a smaller human being near him. And he was running towards us in sheer happiness, holding his backpack in one hand. And as he was running, waving, a woman backed into him, and James teed off. This woman went down like a sack of potatoes, and James, to his credit, was very cordial. He was like, oh my God, are you okay? I'm so sorry. But the best part was when he hit her, his arm and backpack kept going, so it went around and hit the woman. So he hit the woman, and then the bag came around to the front, bam, hit the
It's
woman
good
on
that-
the other side. It
it's
was a
good that
great double whammy.
It was good that he was so apologetic to the woman after he yard sailed a volleyball into a crowd.
No,
of
this was
people.
before. He was
Oh,
walking.
sorry.
He was running up to us, and then ergo yard
I
sailed
would
the
like
ball.
to hear James's rebuttal.
I think that's
based
no. I
on
think
the
it's
stories.
totally accurate.
Yeah, no, absolutely taking out that woman happened.
No, so no denial at all.
No, there's no denial there.
Thank you very much. I
No,
appreciate that. Yeah.
You could deny the volleyball kick because who could
Oh,
other
no,
than
the
us?
volleyball kick was fine. So yeah, let me run you through the thought process of James in those kind of situations. It's hey, you want to make a cool story? Well, here's the thing, and I just hoofed it as hard as I could, and I mean it was nice. But it was almost like a Clayton Kershaw curveball. Like it got to the apex and then just like like a tomahawk cruise
Oh,
missile.
hit
That thing
cool
12-6.
there. Hit
big
that cool
time.
there and just,
Hit
just
12-6.
plummeted.
And I don't,
Yeah.
yeah, there's probably a soul that has been lost. I don't know.
Hockeyed hard.
Yeah, but Super Spike's also a good like reconnecting of people. Like I actually have had friends who came out from Ontario for it. I guess maybe in Winnipeg in a band way, but I have friends from Toronto.
I get your
who-
love for it, Jordan, but in all honesty, a guy who's been to it twice, I feel like it's a little overrated.
I've never been.
Oh man, you'd like it.
I could
I feel like
see
I'd like it.
I could see how people. I think you have to be in the right mindset. Like it's definitely, it's going to be grimy. It's going to be a bit of a shit show.
It's like gym class for adults.
Yeah, it's an interesting
Well,
it's an
we're gonna do
interesting
that every day,
weekend,
right?
But it's also I think
Except
it's
I can
just a-
swear out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a great time to go outside and just like have a bunch of drinks and just hit the ball around and just like catch up with people. And I've come to appreciate it now that it hasn't been around. So that'll be my 1-1.
All right.
I know some people might disagree.
I know.
with that,
I
but-
respect that.
All right.
I respect
Okay,
you
so
taking something.
so now you need
Yeah,
to
Matt,
pick.
Matt seems he had this second pick all teed up because he knew Jordan was going to take Super Spike.
I have this fear that you guys are going to try to like veto this. But you talk about Essential Manitoba Events. Like the actual number one overall pick is socials. You have to pick socials.
That's fair.
And as far as our
I
definition
don't know if
goes,
you have to, but
as far as our definition goes, it's something that needs to be
feel like
recurring
that's gonna-
every year, and needs to be very Manitoba.
I think that's a collection of like I see an event as Super Spike or as I see now I can't say the others, but we all know what we were drafting here, and socials isn't what
It's
we're
an event.
drafting.
Let
So his defense, I will say we do it better.
You know what,
than
Louisiana
any other
judge
province.
is
So,
always
like,
on that side.
Saskatchewan
I don't
does them.
understand
They
this.
call
Yes.
them Jack and Jills.
So does Ontario call
They
it
do
Buck
that.
and Does.
Buck and Does. That's what I was going to say.
They
Deer and
suck.
Does.
They're boring. I've never had fun at those. It's actually like there's less music. Like it's less of a party. It's kind of you just hang out, have some drinks, and then here's some prizes. Whereas
Anyone who knows Matt Gagne.
it's
No.
a,
Fucking
it's
Boot
a
Scoot
Super Bowl.
Boogie. It's
That-
the Gagne family, man.
Hey, Matt. Like, in my early 20s,
Every week.
the first social I went to, I think I was 19. I went to a social, I was like, holy shit. This is why I was put on Earth. Was to go to social.
Like,
Why not being a father or a good husband?
Oh, fuck
Good
them.
teacher.
Go to
Michael-
social.
No.
I was
Jordan.
19!
Michael Jordan picture. Fuck them kids. That's Matt right now.
See, Matt's gonna take socials and Jordan picks Super Spike. I think people are gonna look at Jordan's pick and say he picked that too early. I think Matt's
I have a big issue with socials because I think that's a pandering chip shot, not exactly what
Look,
we're
if you're
doing.
looking for votes-
If anybody else
But
other
that's
than
not
me
what
took
we're
it,
doing here. There will
is
be
what we're
nothing
doing.
else on the draft
This
that's
is why you
like
don't win
socials.
the draft. This is why
But
you
if-
don't
No,
win.
but there's nothing else.
Anybody
There's gonna
else
be
other
nothing
than me
else on
took
this
it, it would
draft
be
that's
pandering.
like socials. Like we're all gonna pick stuff in the realm of Super Spike or an actual like Manitoban event.
Oh no, I've got some.
And
things.
Matt just picked a different name.
I've got some emergency polls.
Like there isn't a Super Spike in Ontario. It's Super Spike. Like there are socials in Ontario. They're just a different name. There's socials in Saskatchewan.
but they
they're different
suck.
names. That's purely subject. Okay, I'm not. We're not. This isn't gonna get vetoed. I'm just gonna officially say I would like it vetoed. I'll be the only one.
Yeah, I'm not
I just
gonna
don't
veto it.
think it's in the realm of what we are doing here.
I think
but
it is.
In my head, this is how this played out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say, like we've gone to
It's
socials together.
It's an awesome thing.
I've
I don't-
seen you in a visibly bad mood until Boot Scoot Boogie
Yeah.
comes on. Like you are not happy.
How
until
can
that
you
kicks
not
Yeah.
love Boot Scoot
I'm,
Boogie?
I hope I don't forget how to do it.
in. There's some.
I've been practicing.
There are some iconic videos of the three of us cutting up that dance floor.
All right, so it's me now. I'm third pick.
You
Correct.
are
Yes.
the third
I
pick.
think if we're going to talk all-time pander picks, I think you
I
got
know
to
where
take
you're
this.
going.
You got to take this. It's got to go in the first round. Some people don't like. Jordan's going to hate the pick, but that's fine. I'm going to take Festival de Voyageur.
Whoa, that is not what I was writing
You can't.
down.
You cannot not take this in the first round.
I don't hate it because it's a cherished memory of our friendship.
It is. It is cherished.
It's
memory.
bullshit and it sucks.
We've
but
talked
it's a
about
cherished memory of
the
our
jacket story. I've went a few times.
Overrated.
People will say that, but I think you'll have a vast majority of people went when they're kids, went when they're teenagers, went when they're adults. I've bartended. Bartending at Festival is probably the most fun I've ever had.
That caribou's some wild shit.
It's awful.
It's so bad.
So bad.
But it's so bad it's good.
Just
No.
it's
Not
a
even
good,
worth
I feel like
my
it's a good
time.
atmosphere. I feel like now it's overrated. You're
Yes.
waiting in lines too long. You get into one tent, you stay there all night, and back in the day you could tent hop. I think now it's a little tougher, but they have really good acts. They have some good bands that come in. I think if people say what should I go see in Winnipeg, they'll say you got to go to Festival. They will say that.
I can't believe I'm doing this, Pat. I'm gonna side with you. I've had some really good nights in a tent at Festival.
Oh.
Some really good nights. So I don't think it's overrated. I think the outdoor stuff is big time over, except when you get maple syrup on a stick. I don't know what that is or what they
Latsia.
call it, but that's fantastic.
Let's see it.
But I actually think Festival, aside from if you want to go to a club, you're waiting in a line. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to go to Super Spike, you're sometimes waiting in a line to get in. Like there's a line for everything.
Yeah.
So like I don't know.
I say
You
it's
want to go on a roller
overrated, but
coaster?
I'm not going to sit here and tell you I've never had a good time at Festival.
Right.
Yeah, man. It's like it's an outdoor social.
Like even people who say, "Oh, this
It
looks
is.
stupid,"
Yeah.
they'll go and they will have a great time. They'll find a way to have a great time. If you like
James,
live
did
music,
you not go to singles night?
No.
No.
Were you already
no, that was just something we.
bunked up at that point?
Question. There was a singles night at Festival.
This was before. This
This was before
after,
Jordan.
After
so BJ before Jordan.
No. This was. I think it started 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, they kind
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this. Oh, I see
It
what
was-
you're saying.
it
It's not
was-
before. It was
yeah.
before. Yes.
Yeah.
Love you, honey.
You would have loved singles
Yeah, I
night.
think I would have had a good time.
All right, so James, going you for 2 picks now. I'm very intrigued of which direction you're going to go here.
Well, I mean,
Very
it's pretty
what,
obvious. I mean, you guys let it slip, and I'm very happy about this. And what would a beer podcast be without Beer Fest?
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be
I
where
thought
Matt
that could-
picked.
I thought that
was
could come
Matt's
back
pick.
around.
No way.
Oh, I didn't think I was.
I would have been criminally pissed.
I'm okay. I'm okay that you picked it and I got socials.
Yeah, no, Beer Fest is the event. It is our Super Bowl amongst
is.
our
Yeah.
friend group.
It's the only
as
time-
we've gotten older,
Yeah.
we have spent less time together as
Yes.
we used to,
Yep,
but we
yep.
always made room
Ironic-
for Beer Fest together.
Ironically
you
enough,
can set your clock to that
Yeah.
for this.
ironically enough, I spend close to zero time with you guys at Beer
Oh,
Fest,
it's a race.
Oh
for
no,
you.
yeah, we all kind of dispersed
Oh, yeah,
like giddy
I'm
children,
gone.
Yeah.
but then we all kind of like mishmash again in the food court at the center of the arena, and when we're wasted, we're like, "You gotta try this one."
I have
don't know.
famously-
I don't know, but I'm eating these tater tots right now. They're really fucking good.
James knows I have famously bought
Always
people
tater
and
tots.
left them with him the entire
Yeah.
time because they don't move fast enough.
Johnny followed me for
Yes,
like an hour.
Johnny came with us, and I didn't see him till it was over because I thought he was taking too long, and I just left him because I have things to do and people
It is.
to
It's
see.
one of those things, especially with our group of friends now that you don't see each other. But like clockwork, we're going to Beer Fest this day. Clear your schedule. Let's go. Let's have a great time.
$40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way,
All you can drink.
All-time most dangerous thing: them putting beers directly on the arena floor for you to buy and pick up later.
Yeah.
Because the Visa bill mistake factory
friend of
was
the show,
wide open.
Friend of the show, Kyle. How many times had the next morning he'd be like, "Oh, so I bought beer last night. It got delivered. Didn't know I bought it."
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
you know what, James? That
had to go.
out
first
of respect
round.
for the pod and for our group of friends, that could not leave the first round.
Yeah, I would have been upset if like that came back to me. You would have all got a stern talking.
It wouldn't
to.
have.
No, I didn't think so.
All right, James, back to you for your second pick.
Second pick. I mean, it is probably the biggest event every summer here
Yeah, fuck,
in the
James
city.
is gonna have this runner. James has just killed everything.
I mean, there's something for everyone, and there's something to learn, and there's
maybe
food.
not.
There's
Oh no, he
drinks,
didn't.
And I mean, this is it.
It's a
I
good
mean,
pick, but I don't think it's the one
let
that
him
should
make
go
the
here.
pick?
Yeah, can I?
Sorry,
can I
I'm
say
excited.
it?
I'm excited. I apologize.
it?
I
No.
interrupt people when I get excited. Okay.
The summer event that a lot of people look forward to. It's not the biggest. You know, we talk about Super Spike party, socials party, festival party, beer fest party. But this one is a little more mature, a little laid back. But it's Folklorama.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's sweet.
well, if you weren't taking that, I was taking that next.
The Jamaican Pavilion.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, Winnipeg and Manitoba in general is a melting pot of cultures, and it's awesome, and it's fun to actually see everybody strut their stuff. I love it. Go ahead, Matt.
Now, I'm not going to disparage the good name of Folklorama, but I'm probably going to.
That sure sounds like someone who's about to disparage the good name of Folklorama.
I enjoy it. I've been to a bunch. You want to talk about beer? You get to try different beer, different food from all that. But here's my problem. I'm sitting in a sweaty gym, which I do for a living.
The aesthetics are rough.
I'm sitting in a sweaty gym in the middle of summer watching at most pavilions. Now, there are some that I've seen, and I'm like, that was damn good. But you go to some, and you're like, I am watching a elementary school quality
I was gonna say.
school play.
Yeah, shout out
Now-
the Ukrainian pavilion dance troupe every year
Now,
because they
now,
crush
I
it.
will say,
African pavilion, let's
I
go.
The
was
Jamaicans
not-
pop off too.
Jamaicans pop.
Steel
I-
drums,
I
bro.
was
Steel
not
drums.
a huge.
Yeah, that's my
I
shit.
was not a
that.
huge Folklorama fan
get
until
you that
a couple
oxtail,
years
Matt.
ago. I went on a bus tour of Folklorama. You pay a flat rate. You can drink on the bus. They take you to 4 pavilions in a night.
Oh, that sounds like a good event.
And it is a great time. You pick which ones you want to go, and you get VIP access. You don't have to wait in line. You get right in. They give you food.
Whoa!
They give you beer.
Where was this?
Yeah. I didn't know it existed.
What the shit?
We found it through a
It's like
friend
the
of a
world
friend.
tour ticket or
Oh,
something.
A friend,
my
no, a friend-
family would've
a
loved
friend,
that.
Shout out Mix. He listens to the pod. Mix and Jenna. They hooked us up. They brought us on the bus, and the man said, "This is how you got to do Folklorama. You don't have to worry about driving. You don't have to
Parking
bike.
is also a bitch.
But there's also some pavilions that do a social
Yes.
afterwards.
Yes.
And those
Where's-
pavilions are always
I went
good.
to the
Pat,
African
The
near-
one.
Francophone
near where
one
you
is
live,
usually
Pat.
pretty big.
Near where you live, Pat.
That one's
What's the one
insane.
that's
That's the
always in
Francophone
there?
one.
The Francophone
Is that the
Center.
Frank?
Yeah.
Because they do it like a hockey arena.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Notre Dame Community Center.
yeah, you gotta
All
find
right,
those
so,
ones. So.
James, 2 great picks. Really
Yeah,
enjoy.
that's you know what that's. I
No,
hate to
right,
do this
right,
so
right.
early in the draft. I'm in trouble.
Now,
Like I'm in a lot of trouble because I like going first. You're right, Matt. Like you gave me. I think I couldn't go wrong first or really wrong. Now I'm in trouble.
This one, I have 3 picks in my head, and I'm gonna try and maybe pander, but I don't know if I should.
Just do it.
Just pander.
You want me to pander?
There's a
Okay,
pick that
no,
has
I
to
feel like there's
happen.
2 picks that I could pick before this.
If you don't pick it, I'm picking it.
The one that we
Like
talked about earlier.
I will.
No.
I will pick. The
Look,
big one.
I don't think you're gonna. You think like Jordan's gonna be shocked that I'm gonna say this. The Banjo Bowl.
Oh.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
That's a good
I was.
one.
Does that
that's
eliminate-
a really good pick. No, if socials are in, then that's more of an event
Does
than a
that
social.
eliminate? This might give away something, but this is one of my emergency
The Labor Day
polls.
Classic?
No, just like bomber games in general.
Yeah,
Can
'cause I
pick
think that's
that?
more-
Yeah, this is
I
a
mean,
big
that's
one.
the same
This
as
is the
socials,
So
and we allow
it has
that.
to be in my opinion, it has to be an event, a particular event. Each social is its own particular event.
like each bomber game is its own.
I just wanted.
No.
I wanted to
Now,
call bomber
the
games.
Banjo
You buy
Bowl,
tickets
but you can
to-
go. You can
Shut
go
the fuck
to
up.
you can go to a normal bomber game, but I feel like the Banjo
no,
Bowl.
we have seasons.
Yes, that's true. Half seasons, but you go to a Banjo Bowl. I've been to one,
Yeah.
and it is not the same atmosphere.
it's so good.
It's hostile towards the riders. The riders busting fans.
Always sunny on that day.
It's always a really nice day
Sunny,
from what I
hot.
see.
Beauty,
Hot.
sunny,
It's
hot,
it's just
muggy.
Fucking hot.
everybody is
The rum hut
every
is
Winnipegger
jammed.
that is there. They want to see a great game. They want to have a great time.
No,
It
we
is a-
don't. We want to see the Bombers win.
Well, that's a great
and
game.
then we want to have a good
and we
time.
want to drink beers. Want to have that camaraderie. I think
So
it's
good.
it's a weird pick for me to take because I've only been to one, but you see it on TV and it's like if there's one bomber game I want to go to in a year,
Pat and
it's
I
that
almost
one.
got in a fight at a Bomber game a number of years ago.
Don't remember that.
No, walking towards the Bomber game. You don't remember that?
Nope.
Oh shit, James, do you? Am I the only one? Maybe it was one of those moments where I wanted to fight Pat, but I never said it out loud. I just put it. I
But
internalized
you
it.
get it's always the week after the
Labor Day Classic.
Labor Day Classic, but I feel like this one is just there's just so much more to it.
Well, it's
And-
because we've usually lost the
Yeah.
Labor Day
Yeah.
Classic.
And it's
Don't
like
we
a
always
I feel
split
like
it?
a must win every
I
year.
feel like we split it
Oh, we
all
always-
the time. Yeah.
we
Yeah,
primarily
it's always a
split.
must win coming to Winnipeg.
Mind you, Saskatchewan's had our number.
Yeah.
Both games,
And
Champions, bitch.
but
people
Last
just
couple years,
love
yeah.
that game, and for me to get it on my list, I know it might be early in the second round, but I think people will just see that and be like, yeah, fuck yeah, the Banjo Bowl.
We're a football family, and my dad cannot wait. Cannot wait to get back to the games. And me neither. Like even if I'm sitting in a pod with me and my lady, that's all. Like Reed's not a football fan, and we really like kind of bonded over football and something else that will end up on this list was our like first dates and stuff. I loved, can't wait for the CFL to be back.
Matt, to you.
This was
That's a great pick. Thank you for
I mean-
reminding me of that.
all right. So
Man.
we say Essential Manitoba Events. This is something that some people have done for 30 plus years. I've done it twice. I know people have done it more than twice. They've done it like 5-6 times.
I've done it 3 because I know what you're talking about.
3, yeah. It's
0 and proud of it.
and there are people who will say they are proud of it. If you have not gone to Dauphin's Country Fest,
Yeah.
Nope, never.
if you have not gone to Dauphin's Country Fest,
Never.
I don't know if you've experienced debauchery and Manitoba partying at its finest.
Now-
it is essentially how drunk can I get for 4 days straight?
Yeah, and you don't feel the last time I went, it took me about a week to recover. It was
Oh, yeah.
bad. But you know
That's
what?
when you stop. Is when you realize it's not worth the recovery.
And it's, you know what?
Or do you move to
You don't
upper?
have to be a country music fan. I've had people come with me that didn't go to one concert. They went for the party atmosphere.
Yep.
And the big thing about country
I will say though, the concerts are
Yeah.
always banging.
it's either too fucking hot
Roadhammers.
for
Near the Roadhammers.
Oh,
it's either too fucking hot the whole time you're there, or it rains downpours one night and ruins everybody's shit, and everybody just is miserable
Yep.
for a day, and then you just deal with it.
but they deal with it. That's the
Yeah.
thing. It's one of those things where you just deal with it, and you know what you're getting in. You buy a ticket to Country Fest, you're like, I'm going to Country Fest, and it might rain, it might be hot, it might be gross, but I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna be amazing.
And if your tent or your whatever gets wrecked, you just don't sleep for 4 days.
Oh man, I remember the one was it the last year I went or the second last year I went, but there was a huge hailstorm and it was just windy, blowing. It was killing it, and I remember coming out there and I had like the full. This was when what's that crab show?
Crab show?
yeah.
It's on TLC or
Oh,
Discovery. Dangerous Catch or whatever.
Yeah,
Deadliest Catch.
Deadliest Catch. So I had like the full
crab show.
yellow rain suit.
Oh,
gear
you were
ga-
right.
I was ready to go, right? And I saw like our neighbor's tent was like the door was wide open and the hail was just going in it. And I was like, oh man, I'm gonna go help him. Here I go. Literally took one step out into the gravel road. Wind came, knocked it over, gone. Everything lost. And I was like, nope, not today. And I went.
Not
back
today,
in.
Satan.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
I was
reckon.
just gonna say that's another great part of Country Fest is like becoming friends with these random people staying next to you, and you feel like this camaraderie and this protection next. Oh, these people are gonna walk through our site. Okay, we're gonna tell these people off, and you're like, why am I telling these people off? They're just walking. But
well, I remember there was around our campsite, people were stealing coolers from people all the
I
time.
hate those people.
And so we were sitting in our campsite, and all of a sudden, the largest human being I've ever seen in my life, this is a silhouette of a man, comes
In the sun?
comes from
Towards
the
the sun?
darkness. Oh no, it's at night. So he comes out of the darkness, and I'm like, oh my god, is that a bear? I don't know. What is it? And this guy comes up to me, he's like, you guys take our cooler? And I was like, no. No, do you want our cooler? And he's like, no, someone just stole my cooler. Someone literally just came into my camper while I was there and pulled the cooler out of it. We're like, and then you turn into a lynch mob at that point. You're like, let's go find this guy. And we're like,
I had my pitchfork sharpened right
we
here.
start walking around, blah, blah, blah,
Might
blah.
be 3 a.m, but let's do it.
We start walking around looking for this guy. They had horse cops, which was the coolest thing ever.
Oh,
Like,
but they
they-
shit
oh my
everywhere.
god! But no, they came walking up. They're like, "What's going on?" We're like, "Someone stole our cooler. We can't find it." And we're trying to be the tough guys. Meanwhile, the girls we were with literally come up with the guy in an armbar, and he's like, "This guy right here with the cooler," and he's like, "No, that's my cooler." And he's like, and the guy, the big dude, was like, "No." The horse had to get between them, right? That's how big this man was. And then they literally just dragged the guy away with the horses. It was
The years I would go, I'd go with like a couple buddies, and it was like you get separated for a whole day, and then you come back when the sun is coming up, and you take a little nap. And after the nap, you kind of debrief and like, what'd you do yesterday? And it's just like a weird concept of like, I went with these people, but I didn't hang out with them for a second. And it was still the best time ever.
So we talked about me liking gin last week. I drank. I threw a 2-liter of 7-Up and a 40 of gin in a
That's bad news,
backpack,
Bears.
and just went for a walk. And then woke up in a tent that wasn't mine.
It was the best. It was
Yeah.
the best.
By myself.
Jordan would hate it.
Yeah, Jordan would.
Yeah.
It's like
Not
camping,
my
but
cup
not
of tea.
camping.
No, not my cup.
You
of
want
tea.
to feel dirty for 4 days?
So
Not my
Come on down.
great times. I feel like we could do a whole segment on Country Fest one time. But
Good.
Jordan, to you for dose.
Okay. After this, I feel trouble. So I am going to pick. This is me first. This is my first 2 dates with my soon-to-be future wife. Fringe Fest.
Ooh,
Great.
Yeah.
You know what?
Fringe
Love it.
Fest is a specific joy of mine. I love the interesting acts. I'm very
Don't take this the wrong way.
yeah.
You are not someone I would peg as a fringe.
You know what? I don't know. I kind of grew up in like oh, this is gonna be the most pretentious thing I've ever said, and that is saying something. But I've enjoyed kind of like the arts over the years. Like being close to Toronto was kind of cool. You got to see some weird and interesting shit. I find the Fringe is kind of like my reminder of that. It's like food trucks, and so like you get the different food, and you can sit down and watch some weird acts, or you can go watch like a show put on by one person where they play 6 different characters.
Amazing. Those are my
And
favorite.
it's so, God, what's the? I'm not even sure. Odd or aloof. There's like so many different ways that I would describe Fringe Fest, but you know, it was also like where me and my now wife had our first official date. Our first date, I threw a donut, tried to get like a mini donut in her mouth after I balled it up, and it hit her in the nose, and she laughed really hard. And I just, you know,
It's not a small object to throw. into
it is when you
not.
ball it up. It's a lot of air. It's a lot of air. But it's like when that happens, and she's like laughing as you throw the donut and try to like. I don't know how to say this without sounding weird, but yeah, it was a good time.
I've never felt cheated buying a ticket to Fringe
No,
Fest.
No.
I've always been satisfied with every performance
Yeah.
I've
No.
seen.
And I love that space. That sounds weird with like the location. I love
Yeah.
the cube. There's just something about it that's so like.
Well, you don't even have to go there. You can go. There's
I know, but I'm
performances
saying
everywhere.
like
But
that's
no,
home
that's-
base.
that's home
That's
base,
home
yeah.
base, and I kind of like the fact that's like you got the King's Head right there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you got smokes for your late night, you know, poutine fix.
Smoke.
You know, there's so much about it that I love that area. Like the Exchange in general is a favorite of mine. But
Fuck, I'm really,
I really like
I'm a
Folk
little
Fest.
upset Jordan got that.
Yeah.
And then
That's
this
a
one's
good
going to be
thing.
off the board, but it's one I've actually went to pretty
we
consistent.
expect that.
What's that?
We expect
off
that
the
from you.
board.
Yeah.
The Winnipeg Comedy Festival.
Oh, that's a good one.
yeah.
is
not
one that
really
I
off the board.
really I do enjoy myself some stand up. I've become more picky over the years. Like I really try. I think with the advent of like Netflix and stuff, it makes it so easy to know who you like and don't like that I feel like I've gotten almost snooty. But there have been a few times
No.
like Dimitri Martin was one of
Oh,
the
he's
people
so
I
funny.
absolutely died laughing. Like he's right up my alley. So the Winnipeg Comedy Festival has been something I've been going to ever since I've come here. Way easier to get tickets than the Toronto Just Relax Festival.
I was gonna say, like,
So-
like, you know, I consider myself a bit of a comedy fan.
Yeah.
Like, or
Stand-up
comedy
guy.
fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Connoisseur.
and
Tom
I-
Segura,
and-
James.
yeah, love me some Tom Segura. And in fact, speaking of Tom Segura, on his podcast, he has
Yeah.
spoken highly of the Winnipeg Comedy Festival.
Yeah, it's like highly regarded. eh?
Very highly
in
regarded.
those circles of comedians. Like if you listen to Tom Segura, there is a big there's the Comedy Store in LA
Yeah.
where they're all very tight.
Yeah.
Every one of those comics will say that, you know, the Montreal Comedy Fest
Yeah, well,
and
yeah.
Winnipeg
Winnipeg.
Comedy Fest are the ones to go
right
to
on.
if you're gonna.
And you know what? That's like if you're in that group, that's like Anthony Jeselnik, Bobby Lee,
Yeah.
Andrew Santino. Like it's
Bert Kreischer.
Joe Rogan
I would
before
love
he
to go,
moved to
but
Texas.
I know what I talk about. I would love to go to Just for Laughs one time.
Yep.
I think that'd be great.
It's the tough part about Toronto though is it's a lot of like I mean it's I'll say it's like the least all the corporate tickets. You know what I'm
Corporate,
saying?
yeah.
But
Sponsored.
like the Winnipeg one is like it's comedy
grungy.
fans.
It's
you know, it's
grungy.
grungy and it's. You know, I remember. Actually, it wasn't that. Oh no, it
a
wasn't. I thought it
huge
was. I
comedy
went to
club.
see Bill Burr. It wasn't that, but it was Bill Burr, and it had nothing to do with the comedy festival.
Bill
but
Burr. Love Bill Burr.
God, it was good. So that's my 2 picks. I'm happy with them. I don't think it's. I'll be honest. This isn't a winning draft right now, but it's probably the one.
It's a solid
It's
one,
the
though,
one I've
Jordan.
been the most happy with. Like, there's a lot of good memories in there. Most of them related to my wife, my future wife. But yeah, that's just the
you
way
got
it
2
felt.
more picks and it's gonna get dicey.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah, now I'm actually on my phone trying to look
To
at
Matt
everything
now,
else.
I
So,
believe.
yeah.
Yes. So I need a booze pick. I gotta pick a booze
They're
festival.
all booze picks if you do
Well,
it
no,
right.
I need like a straight booze. So James took my number 1.
Yeah.
He took Beer Fest.
Okay.
He took
let's see-
Flatliners.
let's see. It
know
has
what
to,
you're
there's
taking,
really
yeah.
one other one, isn't
I was
there?
hoping this would fall to me. But damn it.
I don't think I'm taking what you want.
Really?
I'm taking Winnipeg Wine Festival.
No, that's what
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
thought. Like,
Now,
I'm not a
I
wine
want
person,
votes.
but
I-
the amount of people I know who get fucked up at wine
Well, and
fests.
here's my
Holy
thing.
shit.
I have two reasons for picking. I have actually never been.
What?
We were going to go this past in 2020, but it got canceled.
Yeah,
Because
like
of
everything else.
COVID. We were like, how have we never been to Winefest? This is ridiculous that we've never been to Winefest. We were ready to buy tickets and then it got canceled. Now, as soon as it comes back, we will get tickets. Winefest did two things that I think is in their favor. Number one, they have a flat rate now where you can go for all you can drink. It used to be a ticket system.
Which is rough.
You used to go. I know everything about this because my in-laws are huge Winefest people.
Yes, they are.
So it used to be you buy your ticket and you get 5 drink tickets, and then you had to buy more. Yep. Now it's like, I think it's 80, 75 bucks.
$75.
$75, but all you can drink.
All you can drink.
You go and you taste, and this guy tells you what you should taste. I don't give a crap. I just want to get fucked up. Like, sorry, that's just who I am. And
Never apologize for that.
no, I won't. And the second reason I want to go is because I have been at my in-laws' place when they get back from Winefest and been like, damn, that sounds and looks
Heavenly.
like an amazing.
Is that
Everyone
how
kinda-
you feel? Because I like
Everyone
can't be
gets kinda-
around. I get pissy.
Everyone
Oh,
kind
I
of
don't-
dresses up nice too, right?
Well, that's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say. Like, so,
Yeah, that's something like.
like my story about Winefest is Marissa introduced me to it. I had gone years ago when it was the ticket system, and I hated every second of it. We went the year before the world shut down with her and another couple.
We were supposed to go, but we didn't end up going.
And that was it. We got all dressed up. We're ready to go. By the end of the night, you know that church across the street from the convention center? I ended up taking the coolest album pick ever with them, with the deuces up and everything in front of, I don't know, some sort of angelic sculpture. I don't know.
What he did was sacrilege, but
What I did
Juicii
is
sizzle?
definitely, put my place
Put
in
some
hell.
sizzle on that, JC.
I've got a nice room atop the Hyatt in hell right now. I'm ready to go. It's a good time.
All right. So it's me now.
it's you.
I have one pick I know will be there at the end, and everything else is
I
very
am
dicey.
100% selecting a pander pick. I have never been.
Oh, what?
My wife has been multiple times and speaks very highly of it. Everyone who has went has spoken very highly
The
of it.
International Ultimate Frisbee Competition in Winnipeg. Oh, were you banging chains?
I'm not banging chains. We should bang chains.
We should
soon,
bang
though.
chains, yeah.
We should. Don't judge me. This is a total pander pick. I've never been, but people like it and people love it and people will swear by it. I'm going to take Folk Fest.
Yeah, I've never been either.
Yeah, it's not my scene.
The only year I tried to go was City and Color, and I couldn't get tickets.
So
by the time
people
it happened.
there's people like Matt. You have a couple friends who go yearly,
They
religiously.
buy their tickets literally. Like
Isn't
a year
it
in
just
advance.
organized country fest?
It's high country fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's
And
like
there is no
culturally
there,
high.
there
It's
are
organized.
there
it's
are no
baked country fest.
there
Yeah.
are no campsites. You just kind of get into a field, set up your spot, and there you go.
Yeah.
it's got a very it's not, but it's like a Woodstocky feel to it. A little bit.
Rustic,
Yeah,
if you
and
will.
people swear by it and they love it. And I'm not going to judge anybody who like that. Rayanne loves it. She finds people to go with sometimes, and there's certain genres of music that are just not my cup of tea that people love, and they will go every time. So, and it's in Birds Hill. People can kind of go back and forth as they please, which I think is a kind of a better. It's a little bit better than Country Fest. So honestly, it's a pander pick, but I think people will see that and be like, yeah. You can't. We could not have this on the list.
That's a good one.
And I don't
Fair
think.
enough.
I don't think it could go in the last.
Totally fair. To be fair,
So,
very fair.
so James, for 2.
Me for 2. Okay. Well, I think here is when it starts to get a little tricky
Oh,
for
the
us.
dice is out.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with one that it's a personal fave of mine. I'm a huge fan of it because I love to eat and I love me some Juicii burgers. So I'm gonna go with Burger Week.
Yeah, absolutely.
In this
I was
city.
gonna ask, can we pick that one?
If
I'm
we
hap-
can, yes,
Yeah.
because I think that's an actual event, whereas
yeah.
socials aren't really an event.
Fuck you.
Oh, gee.
Whoa.
Whoa! Take 45%
I'm sorry.
off.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Jesus
no,
Lord.
I haven't been to social in like a year and a half.
Oh
and
my
I'm
God!
Withdrawals.
What happened?
twitching.
No, Burger Week in the city. We talked about it in our interview with Tyler and Adam. That the city has some sort of there's a culinary surge going on
Love
right
it.
now, right?
Love it.
There is our craft beers are surging, right? We are becoming a force, and it's becoming actually recognized internationally. The food scene in the city. So Burger Week is kind of an example of our chefs, pulling out all the stops. It's become a little bit tacky and everybody's now doing it, right? So it gets a little oversaturated. You could say the market is,
Yeah.
but it's still a good time because you still have some of those staple burgers out there that are.
I
just
feel
good.
like every year you got to plan out your week.
You do.
Like, you got to go to Brazen Hall. Brazen Hall wins every fucking year.
Okay, and you want to talk about stuffing ballots? Apparently, they stuff ballots. I don't give a shit because their burgers
Their burgers are always
incredible.
good. You can't. Every time they win, I'm like, yeah, probably.
I've well, okay, we can debate about that. I've had burgers, every year for Burger Week, and I've never said Brazen Hall is the best one.
I never said that.
It's good, but
It's always good though.
it's good. No, and I'm not going to knock that. But yeah, no, I'm going to go with Burger Week.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. It's in September, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and-
usually right
End
after
of
Labor
September.
Day. No, usually right after Labor Day.
Oh,
isn't it?
okay. Yeah, and I love burgers. I'm a big burger and fry guy, so I'm all in on it all the time.
And then
Your second pick.
my second pick, I'm going to stay with the theme of food here.
Ooh, going two foods.
I'm going two foods. Another scene that has been recognized, internationally. Well, not internationally, but nationally within the country. Food truck wars. Our food trucks.
Do you know the name of that?
I can't remember the name.
Manifest. I'll give it to you.
Manifest. Okay.
You took my damn pick, but
Manifest. Thank you.
It's right after Petty Fest.
Is it Manifest? Like, there's many of them.
it's many.
like Manny Petty, right?
Okay.
Kind of. That's how it's spelled, right?
No, it's
M-A-N-I.
No, it's MANY.
No, our
Manny
food trucks.
Fest. Oh, I thought you
Our
were saying
food trucks
Manny,
in the
like Manny
city
Ramirez.
are top.
They are.
Top notch. Like, I love it at Bison. What? What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say at Jordan? Toronto, we get braised
In the
beef
greater
all the
Toronto
time.
area.
You can get some oxtail from the so-and-so food
Okay,
truck.
listen, we were like totally cool until you said something about oxtail. I will fucking fight you. Okay, don't touch.
He knew
that.
where to go. He knows.
Yeah, he knew what button to press. The
I'm very good
oxtail
at
button.
tripping.
The oxtail
very
button's
good.
a no-fly
With
zone.
Manifest, are they kind of branched out? I can't even remember.
No, it's all
food
around
trucks and there's also
Broadway
shops.
and the government building.
It's like a farmer's market with food trucks.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's all around
across
it's on
from the
Broadway,
ledge,
right?
The
Yeah.
Broadway
Yeah.
park there.
Yeah.
They set up shop in there.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
It's great for like all ages too.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, no, a lot of these on the list for drinking events, but there's a lot that aren't exactly that. There's a lot of kid-related events.
There's
that I think.
like even Folk Fest. I know people that went when they were really young and kept
Yeah.
going with their families the whole time.
Well, I'll tell you what. I would not bring my kid to Folk Fest.
no,
The way you folk fest
So
is
James,
different than
wait,
that,
James,
man.
Yeah.
you're pretty food.
the
drink
contact,
heavy on
the
your-
love
contact.
food.
Me too. Yeah.
All right, so it's me now. Because okay, so I don't even know how to word this, so I'm going to kind of give options. Okay.
What?
I don't know how I would say it. I want to say it. A Winnipeg Jets playoff game.
No, nope,
That's
nope.
I'll allow it.
What are
A whiteout.
We have to
A
have
Winnipeg-
some sort.
A Winnipeg whiteout.
A Jets playoff whiteout.
Yeah, a Winnipeg whiteout.
That's an
That's
event.
a yearly event.
No,
that's a yearly-
no, that's not
We
what
never
it
said
is. It's gotta
yearly.
be
We
an
never
event.
said yearly.
This is the most
Coming from the
pandering.
Leafs fan.
No, but this
Huh?
is
Yeah, we never
because
know.
that's not what we talked
So,
about.
anyways, is anybody else vetoing it besides Jordan?
No, because I'm the only one who has a spine who like says, "Oh, hey,
So,
we
hang on,
did
hang on,
this
hang
event.
on.
It's
Matt,
it's a
Matt,
specific
are you vetoing
draft."
Winnipeg Jets whiteout?
You guys didn't veto socials. So.
Because we should have vetoed.
James, are you vetoing?
I'm
No?
vetoing.
I am not
a Winnipeg
vetoing.
Jets playoff game.
So, that's great.
Because also you're gonna have a few this year, and it's gonna be a bunch of people in white shirts going, "What happened?" when the Leafs win again, because that's what they've been doing. So I can't wait. I can't wait for this to happen.
The Leafs aren't winning a playoff series this year.
You want to bet?
Sure.
How much?
We could talk about it off air and figure
Yeah,
it
because
out.
you won't do it on air. Because I know it is a fact, and it's a
But
bullshit
anyways,
pick.
the
and it's
Winnipeg
pandering.
whiteout.
Pat, as your brother, I don't advise you to take
Anyways,
that bet.
the Winnipeg whiteout goes back in our history from Jets our first incarnation to now. It is a different atmosphere. I've seen you go to a game and the next day you don't have a voice because you're yelling the whole time. It is a party all the time. And then once we came back Jets 2.0, we take the whole street and it's white.
You mean
all the way down.
Thrashers? Atlanta Thrashers 2.0?
Anyways, I'll talk to the other two with a little bit of sense to them.
Your leading scorer
It
all
is-
time is Mark Savard.
Definitely.
No, it's not. It's
What
Blake
the
Wheeler.
fuck?
Isn't it? No, it's...
It
did
was
he
Ilya
take it?
Kovalchuk.
Yeah, isn't it Kovalchuk?
No.
Whatever.
What are we
Anyways,
talking goals or are we talking points?
A Winnipeg whiteout.
Yeah, the Atlanta
People will
Thrashers.
give
Well,
an
I'm gonna
arm
look
and a
this
leg
up
to
now.
go to those games, no matter what Jordan says. It is an event.
not
It doesn't
an event.
happen yearly, but that
not
wasn't.
an
It
event.
wasn't essential yearly events in Manitoba.
fucking event.
So, anyways, we're gonna take it. Winnipeg Jets whiteout is what I'm selecting.
We picked Banjo Bowl. We were fine with Banjo Bowl. I don't know why we're not fine
Because
with
that happens every year, no matter what, and it's a staple. I don't see the Winnipeg Whiteout as a staple, something nationally known.
It's gonna happen every
It's
year.
not nationally known.
It's not.
Okay, this conversation's
It's not
over.
nationally known.
Absolutely over conversation. Matt, to you for your fourth
You
pick.
think, James, it's nationally known, the Winnipeg Whiteout. Everyone.
Nationally in
I remember
Canada?
when we
All-time
were
leading
loading
scorer
up.
in Jets history is Blake Wheeler.
Okay.
Who?
Blake Wheeler.
Okay, good. Now I know who you're
Okay,
talking
Matt,
about.
we're gonna move on. What's your fourth pick?
We're gonna move on. I feel like James had something to say.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead,
Well,
James.
no, I was just gonna say that I remember when Jets had their first real playoff series, and they were loading up Donald Street, and we had the whiteout on
So
Donald.
once.
It was a thing.
We went to
was
the,
one
we went to
thing.
the Western
The
Conference.
Western
Conference finally.
When
Yeah,
we
but it
went
was
to-
once.
when
It
the
happened
Jets
one
went-
time.
When was the last
When the-
time? Hold
oh
on.
my God.
Hold on. When was
It
the last
doesn't
time the
matter
Leafs
about
went
the
to the
Leafs. It
fucking
doesn't
Eastern
matter
Yeah, but that's
Conference
why you're
Finals?
bringing it up.
No, it's not. It's
Yeah, it
not
is.
a Winnipeg event. People don't come here to go to the Whiteout.
Well, I
Winnipeg
guarantee
Jets
you they would have
fans-
that year because it was a fucking
Winnipeg
good time.
Jets fans go to the Whiteout.
You
People
just,
don't come
you
here
just,
to go to the Whiteout.
You just made my socials pick better by saying people don't come here to go to a Jets playoff series, which I'm not arguing with.
Thank
But
you.
people
Okay,
will
I'll
come
take
here
that.
to go to a social.
For family and friends.
Okay,
come
Not
anyways,
just a rando though. Not just
Matt,
like, hey, I
you're
feel
up
like
for
I
your
would come
fourth
for
pick.
a
We could
random.
do this all night. Matt, you're up for your fourth pick.
Fucking so dumb.
You're
What's
so
the point of this?
fucking
Like,
dumb.
we're just picking. Like, oh hey, we have a list and we have
Okay.
like we have
You
a
picked the
section pizza
volleyball
criteria.
festival as your first pick. Let's calm down.
It's literally you said the word festival. It's an event.
Now I need a food pick because I don't have a food pick.
Sorry.
I have booze. I have the music kind of drunk fest. No, it's country fest. I think I can get my food pick last. So because you took Manny Fast, which I thought I was going to be able to get. Thanks, James.
Sorry, buddy.
It's all good. So I'm going to take something that's good for everybody. It's good for the kids. It's a staple event. It's every year Red River Exhibition.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Great people watching event.
Oh my
Unreal
goodness.
people.
And
Wow, having a
actually-
funnel cake.
And actually, super underrated concert series.
Yes.
Yeah, they always have like a couple big acts come in for that.
Country.
Right?
it's always country, right? But it's
No,
people
not
who I
always.
recognize.
They had some big old rock bands.
Was it the
They had Big
Trues?
Wreck
Because the
one year.
Trues fucking
Big
love
Wreck?
it here.
That's not a little band.
Oh,
No.
Big Wreck.
They had Big Wreck. Yeah.
Oh, Big Wreck.
Yeah, Power 97 got, I guess, they were the advertiser, the main radio station.
They blew
So
their budget.
They brought in some big rock bands. Danko Jones was here. Danko Jones.
Fucking Danko!
You don't like Danko Jones?
Matt, do you like Danko?
Get the fuck out
Are
of
you
here.
a Danko guy?
Danko Jones
Matt, I'm
was
a
so
Danko
cool
guy.
for like
I'm a
5
Danko
I
years.
am.
Everyone loved Danko Jones for
Danko
like super
is
5 years.
forever cool.
For us, forever cool.
I'm not going to lie to you. Lover Call?
Lover
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
Lover Call came on.
Lover call.
No,
baby.
what's their other one? The other big one.
the
Why
other
am I
song?
blanking on it?
It had a white Cadillac's my favorite.
No,
It got a white Cadillac.
I can't remember. But their other big one came on the radio this week.
You're
and
my favorite rock and roll.
Oh, yeah, snakeskin boots.
Oh. James, can you help us out?
Well, there's-
Really
I know
get me
you have your
going
phone
when
out,
you
not-
put it
On
out,
Spotify, with 20 million listens, had enough. I can't remember
No.
what that one's
Oh,
about.
that's a great song.
But
though.
I like it a little better when you take it all.
Oh, I know that song.
Baby, come on.
You kiss on the first date?
Yes, do you
Kiss
kiss
on
on
the
the
first
first
date?
Do you kiss on the
Bounce.
first date? Oh, bounce.
Bounce.
Yeah,
Bounce
no.
was good.
I can't believe we got a Danko Jones
But
reference in this
either way,
podcast. What a day.
Like
you know what? I'm not
Red
mad
River
at
X,
Promo Pass
it's
bullshit.
essentially like
Danko's fantastic.
It's 5 parking lot carnivals that just come together for a week.
I love Danko Jones.
And
Oh my
it's one of those things where, like, if you live in Winnipeg or the surrounding area of Winnipeg and have not been to the Red River X, are you really?
I have not been in
A Winnipegger?
ages.
But you've been.
I've been.
I've been
I
twice.
Fun fact, Danko Jones released the song on April 16th.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still
They
very
have a
much
new
a
album.
band.
They have a new album coming.
They're still very
out
much a
soon.
band. Yes.
I'm gonna
But
listen to that on the way to work.
It's a
I
fun pick. I like that.
You can throw on the
I love
Danko
Red
Jones
River X.
I
Essentials
think
and
you're
have a
going to
good
take people
time
down
for about
nostalgia
an hour.
lane there, Matt. All right,
you.
Jordan, you're going to finish out your draft with back-to-back picks.
Yeah, some real festivals. Like, look at me go, actually doing right shit.
Oh, were we doing a festivals draft?
No, but just some like proper events. In
Is there
Winnipeg.
another fringe sporting event festival that you
No,
can do?
no. Actually, I hope you don't make fun of this next one because it's really important to the
Is it
culture.
Saltfest?
International, the Winnipeg International Soca Reggae Festival.
I saw it and I was like, Jordan's gonna pick
It is something I guarantee not a lot of people went to.
Soca.
But
Soca?
yes,
How do you spell that?
SOCA.
This is also held downtown where the Fringe is, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's
I've stumbled in there.
soca. You got some good calypso music. You get your steel drums going. You get some dynamite
Love me some
food.
steel
So
drums.
it's
You get some
Soca
red
Reggae
stripe.
Festival?
It's a Caribbean. It's like a Caribbean.
I've
fest.
never heard of
No,
it. Sorry. Holy.
you got.
Hey, look, I'm not saying it's a bad pick.
White people. Sorry,
I'm just
Dave.
writing it down. I'm just
I
writing
know.
it down.
It's a fantastic festival for those of you who are interested in trying out some authentic Caribbean food, seeing some authentic Caribbean acts. And I find them to be really inviting to what is the majority I find of Winnipeg who has no fucking clue what's going on. But if you go there, I want you to try the festival. Because festival is fried dumpling, and it is amazing. So give that a try, but that's going to be
I
my
might
pick.
have to now. I've never heard of it.
Give that.
good.
Yeah, I mean, no, like I just thought, like
It's
instead of pandering, like I was hoping just to educate some of our listeners or maybe give them some ideas, but no, pandering's fun. And this last pick's a fucking throwaway because it's a great story.
Boy.
Summer of Sound is going to be my fifth pick because James and I grew up at Summer of Sound. I became old. James watched it before our very eyes.
Whoa.
James and I
Was Timmy Trumpet there?
No.
Tommy Trombone, you mean?
Whatever it's called.
That's what Kyle
Chain
called
smokers were.
Chainsmokers was there that year.
Wow, they got
So,
Chainsmokers?
As James, they actually
We were
had some
there.
Pretty big. We were super there. James knows I went through Rave Jordan phase and I had a great time. One of the last Summer of
that end?
Sounds.
Did that end?
It's dead. Yeah,
Oh, it is?
we're actually full speed background to like heavy metal Jordan again. So I'm back in
okay.
high school. But James, do you remember what we did the night before that led to the most hungover Summer of Sound of all time?
I can't remember exactly.
Super Spike.
Was it Super Spike
was Super
weekend?
Spike. It was
the
that
same
weekend you punted the
yes,
ball.
It was the same.
And I
weekend.
Yes.
bought tickets every year. I buy 2 tickets to Summer of Sound, and no one will go with me. And I don't blame
enter
anyone.
James.
Enter James. And James every year goes, "Hey, do you still have that ticket?" Yep. All right, man. I'll go with you. And we went on, and there have been some great Summer of Sound times. But this was the last one we ever went to. And I remember we were at the back of the show because it was the muddiest shit show.
It had stormed the night before.
Storm the night before. Shit show the night before.
So this is at Adrenaline Adventures where
Yeah,
it's a
it's
big
all sand.
Shit. Oh, it's there?
Yeah,
terrible.
It was
Yeah.
there. And it
There's
was
shit
awful.
everywhere. There's acts not showing up because they couldn't get in the night before. And James and I are at the back, hung over as hell.
Sunburnt,
and I'm just
miserable.
trying to use my because I paid for the tickets. And James and I are standing there watching the show. And to our right, we see what I'm sure is a totally wonderful woman have a little too much of something she shouldn't have. And
Ecstasy.
yep, something like that.
Her pupils were the size of an anime character.
We could see her. It was unbelievable. And we were watching this girl, and she is sitting in a puddle
She's in the paramedic tent.
in the paramedic tent. But before this, yes, she was in a puddle,
Oh,
splashing water on her knees.
Yeah.
And she got put in the paramedic tent because we were right by it, and she left. And I remember looking at James and going, "James, I'm good. I'm good." I was
Here's
like,
where you
this
get-
is where
This
I
is where you
broke.
get
I
James
died.
at his most. I don't give a fuck about anyone else in the world at this point because I was so hungover and I was so
Yeah.
upset. Here we are ordering Kiyu Grill. And we look to our left, and there's the paramedic tent. And this woman is being attended to by paramedics in an obvious, very serious situation. And here, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's time to go, I think. After this, though, no.
And so I looked at James and I went, "James, I'm good." And he like, "Yeah." I'm like, "James, I'm good. I'm done. This is it. This was it. This was the breaking point. Like, Rave Jordan's done." So it started in Toronto, but Rave Jordan died at Winnipeg Summer of Sound, and that's why it'll be my fifth pick because at all
good.
time,
It's good. It's good
just
memory.
I like it.
James, I will look at James in a bad moment and go, "James, I'm good," and it will be an instant chuckle because he knows what that's referencing. So that's my final draft pick. All I should point out, legitimate Manitoba events. Just want to fucking.
All right,
point that out.
Matt, you're up for your last pick.
Now, I said I wanted to pick a food, but I can't leave this on the board. I have to pick it, and I don't think James or Pat are going to pick it. It's one of those things. I did it for the first time this year with my son, who's 4, and all he said halfway through was, "Dad, I gotta pee." And I was like, "Yep, It's not
Me
that
too.
great,
No.
but it's one of those things that I've done for like the last 5 years. We love it. Is it really that good? I don't know. I don't really know, but the Canada in Winter Wonderland, the light show at the Red River Exhibition.
Okay.
Canada,
It's the with the what? Sorry.
it's the Canadians.
Okay.
Winter Wonderland.
Right.
It's kind of the same thing every year, but it's one of those holiday traditions. It's like watching all the same movies every Christmas. You're like, man, this is a good movie, but I'm not gonna watch it unless it's like December 19th. Otherwise, I wouldn't watch it. Yeah, it's just one of those. It's a Christmas thing. It's cold. We pick up a coffee, which is dumb because you're waiting in line. You're driving through this thing, and then all of a sudden you got pee, and you're like, "What am I gonna do?" Actually, that's a lie. We did it with him last year, and he was fine because we got him mini donuts at the end, but you couldn't get mini donuts this year.
Yeah, mini donuts is the best part of everything.
But anyways, yeah, this year halfway through, Dad, I gotta pee. This is kind of boring. Yeah, son, you're right. But it's Christmas, so shut up because your mom loves this. And we just kept going, and
Fuck the amount of things we do
Yeah.
in the name of shut up, your mom loves this.
Yeah.
Or your wife
but
or whatever.
yeah, Canadians Winter Wonderland. I can't leave that on the board. I wouldn't be able to live myself if I didn't take something Christmas related because I love me some Christmas.
God damn.
This
This is where drafts go to die, my friend.
Yep.
The fifth pick.
I can give you my food pick if you want.
I don't need the food pick. I'm going to pick something stupid that I'm going to take it. Honorable mentions will be fun because it'll be stuff that like I wish I picked, and then everybody will be like, "Oh, you should have picked that." And I'll be
Yeah,
like,
you
"Fuck."
probably should have.
Every year it happens. And everybody knows the one thing that happens with it every year, and I'll say it, and you'll know exactly what what I'm thinking of. The teddy bear picnic. What happens every year on the teddy bear picnic?
I don't know.
It rains every
it
fucking
does.
year on the teddy bear picnic. Every fucking year. It's always, you always watch the news, it's like, is it going to happen? Is it going to get postponed? Is it going to get canceled?
No, you know what? You know what the teddy bear picnic is? It's where tent renters make their money.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're like, every tent in Manitoba is rented for the teddy bear
Yeah,
picnic.
like
What's the saying? The road to hell's paved with good intentions.
Yeah,
it
like-
rains every year. at the Teddy Bear
every
Picnic.
fucking year it rains. Like, you could just like, oh, teddy bear picnics this week. Well, it's probably going to fucking rain every year.
Glad I had nothing. Cancel the wedding.
You know what?
It's
I'm
gonna
going to
rain.
say it may be another pander pick. I'm not exactly sure what happens at the teddy bear picnic.
It's
Teddy
a
bears.
kids festival.
It's a kids festival.
It's fun.
And
That's great
it's
times.
yearly, so Jordan will like that.
Well, at least it's
But
an actual festival.
but-
To be clear, I had great times as a kid.
Yeah, but it fucking rains.
You might want to clarify.
Every fucking year it rains at this thing. So on my last
Really
pick,
got good at 30, right, James?
teddy bear picnic is my pick. And it's usually always hosted by Ace Burpee, I feel.
Ace Burpee and what's his nuts? That old guy, Al Simmons is
Oh,
always
okay,
there.
sure, all right.
If you say so.
Al Simmons is an institution.
And
Don't even
James,
act like you
we
don't know
will
who
go
Al
to
Simmons
you
is.
to pick Mr. Irrelevant, the final pick in the draft.
I don't know if it's that irrelevant. I can't believe
it's not.
I can't believe this kind of landed on
There's
my
a
lap
lot of
here.
good stuff out there.
So I'm gonna go with this. It's a good night to go out with some friends after you've had some beverages and maybe some other substances. I'm not going to endorse certain things, but there are certain things that are better than others.
Yep.
That are legal.
Legal.
Okay.
Weed is legal. now.
Weed is legal.
You can talk about it.
So let's say you have a couple drinks, you have a couple puffs, and you go wander around at Nuit Blanche.
Yep.
Ah,
Yep.
yeah.
Very good.
I've
Very,
never been. I don't even know what it is.
Very
What
good.
the fuck is that?
Are you
Blanche?
kidding?
I have no
it's
idea.
French.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Nuit
for a
Blanche
white night.
is basically where all the weird comes out in the city. There are certain stations, exhibits, and
We have
whatnot.
a lot of festivals that allow the weird to come out in
Yeah.
the city.
Oh yeah. You don't
Man,
know.
we're very weird.
We're a
friendly.
very artistic city. It's
Yes.
it's somewhat known to be a bit of an artistic city.
I
But
like
yeah,
it.
no, Nuit Blanche is a good time. There's a big electronic swing that lights up and plays music when you're on it and whatnot.
I have never heard of this.
It's
Really?
so
It's all
wild.
by the WAG. It's all by the art gallery,
Never
right?
heard of this in my life.
James, you know what is the highlight of Nuit Blanche for you and I every year? Seeing all the high school kids we coach.
Yes.
We see every single one for some reason.
Yeah.
If we go, Yep, we're seeing every single kid we coach,
Yeah, and there they are.
and we have to act normal.
And they all vape.
Yep, big time.
They do.
But yeah, no, it's a good time.
They
It's
do.
weird. It's funky. You know, it definitely brings out the characters in this city. But you know what? If you just want a random night of what the fuck did I just see?
Oh, it's wild.
it is that night.
I love it for that though.
All right, so a quick recap, and then we could throw in some honorable mentions.
Yeah.
We have Super Spike. Jordan had Super Spike Fringe Festival, Comedy Festival, the Soca Reggae Festival, Summer of Sound. Matt had Manitoba Socials. Great pick. Love it, Matt.
Not an
Country Fest, Wine Fest, Red River X, and the Canadians Winter
The rest
Wonderland.
were good.
Pat had Festival Voyageur, the Banjo Bowl, Folk Fest, a Winnipeg Jets Whiteout,
Bullshit.
Teddy Bear Picnic, and James had the last pick, and he had Beer Fest, Folklorama, Burger Week, Many Fest, and Nuit Blanche.
James, thanks for sticking to
James is
what
going to be tough
is
to beat this week.
That's a good.
Yeah, I mean, James is the only other person who has a legitimate list
So,
based
quick
off
honorable
events,
mentions.
so,
I
yeah.
had Southdale Carnival,
Oh,
trip
Yeah.
down memory lane.
Yeah, I've been
High Neighbor Festival.
oh yeah.
Canada Day, just a generic Santa Claus parade. The Morris Stampede.
Oh,
More
shit.
so- oh,
Yeah,
that
actually, we
would've
might
been a
get in
good
trouble for not putting that on.
Morden Corn and Apple Festival.
Yes.
Yeah, we might get in trouble.
Rand said that one.
Oh, no.
Boo at the Zoo.
Boo at the Zoo, Canada Day at the Forks, Winnipeg Rib Fest,
Yeah.
Winnipeg
Gi-
Whiskey
Whiskey
Festival.
Rib Fest doesn't get
The
talked about
Gimli-
nearly enough.
It's
The
very
Gimli
good.
Film Festival.
Also very
Yeah.
good.
But also Jordan is
Icelandic Fest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jordan is pointing to me saying we are going very long.
Very long.
We enjoyed this week. Hopefully you did as well. So remember to drink local, support local, and we will see you next week for another episode of Bros, Bumps, and Beers.